Down to walk ratio good for the big right-hander, who stands out there at 6'7". Against Gata, the left-handed leadoff man. He shoots it on a line right to Salas at short, who reaches down toward his right foot and makes the catch. So quickly one away against Sean Johnson, and here's Matt Hibbert. Defensively for Napa, Nick Olch will play left with Sean Jackson in center and Justin Bird in right. Dominic Bethencourt, Willie Salas on the left side. Salas, who just made that catch on the line drive. Garza at second and Montelongo at first. And Jake Marshall starts behind the plate for right-hander Sean Johnson. So here's the right-handed hitting center fielder Matt Hibbert. He takes a fastball high and in. He has to duck out of the way. Hibbert 2 for 7 in his first 2 games this year with the Stompers. That's a .286 average. He's also been hit by a pitch and walked. 1-0 Napa, bottom of the first inning. Justin Bird steals home on the throwback to Connor Arnold. In between pitches, here's the 1-0, and Hibbert takes high. These two pitching staffs the best in the league. Stompers won in earned run average of 4.11. Napa second with a 4.69. Here's the 2-0 from Johnson, and Hibbert takes strike one at the belt. Johnson against the Stompers 1-2 in 3 starts. Last one was a gem. 7 innings, 2 runs, just 5 hits against him. He deals in strike 2 to Hibbert. Other than that, a lump sum for Johnson. 18 innings against the Stompers. 12 earned runs on 20 hits. He struck out 20 and walked 11. He has 2-2 on Hibbert. Here's the pitch, and a breaking ball is shot over down the first baseline toward the Stomper dugout, and it remains 2-2. It's a warm night and a calm night here at the ballpark. Hibbert stands in right side, hand side. Johnson kicks out of the windup to 2-2, and that's outside and low, and Hibbert has worked the count full. Got a line to Salas at short to open the inning. Chris Quinzer is on deck. 3-2 the count to Hibbert. Johnson lifts the leg, and the payoff pitch is swung on and missed. Sharp breaking ball there on 3-2 from Johnson. Quickly 2 away against the big right-hander, and Chris Quinzer will come up. Quinzer has reached in 17 straight, hitting at .297. 5 home runs, 34 driven in for the newly found Stomper third baseman. First pitch from Johnson's inside and low near the back foot. 1 ball and no strikes. Johnson working from the first base side of the rubber. Here's his 1-0 delivery, and Quinzer takes a breaking ball in the inside corner for strike 1. Last night, the Stompers 3 hits in the first inning. Ended the ball game with 7 hits and didn't get another one until the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 1-1. Quinzer takes low. Got 1 hit in the bottom of the 8th inning and then 3 in the bottom of the 9th inning, and had the tying run on first. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Quinzer takes knee high on the inside corner for strike 2. A fastball from Johnson evens the count up. Nobody on, 2 out. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Napa. Stompers trying to get something going. The 2-2 pitch, and Quinzer taps it at the plate. Stompers in their blue alternates here tonight. Napa and the away Grays. Quinzer climbs back in the left side. Johnson on 2-2. It's outside with a fastball, and Quinzer's worked the count full. Back-to-back full counts against Johnson here in the first inning. So even though they've gone 2 up, 2 down, making him throw quite a few pitches in the last 2 ABs. The payoff pitch coming to Quinzer. Here it is, and Johnson misses high with a breaking ball. Stompers have their first base runner, a 2-out walk from Chris Quinzer. Well, this is how the Stompers started the game last night. Gata and Hibbert were retired, and then Gillespie hit his third career triple to straightaway center field to get the Stompers on the board. Here he is with Quitzer at first after the walk and 2 away, a left-handed hitter. Johnson out of the stretch for the first time, and Gillespie ropes it into right field for a base hit. Chris Quitzer will stay put at second. Bird gets it in quickly, a 2-out hit for Gillespie. He's now reached in 24 straight games, and here comes the red-hot Miles Williams. Miles Williams in his last 5 games hitting .470 with an on-base percentage of .640. 2 home runs and 7 runs batted in for Williams, who's heating up as we begin the month of August. He has first and second with 2 out. Johnson from the stretch, his first pitch to Miles Williams, a breaking ball. Catches the outside corner, and he's ahead of him 0-1. Last night against San Rafael, the Stompers were 2 for 2 with men in scoring position, and then they're 0 for their last 6. Williams with an early opportunity here to drive in a run and tie this thing up. The 0-1 pitch. Swings and misses at a fastball high and away, and it squirks out of the glove of Jake Marshall, the catcher, up the first baseline, allowing Quitzer to go to third. The pass ball for Jake Marshall puts the tying run 90 feet away, and the count is 0-2 on Miles Williams. Quitzer now at third. Gillespie stays at first. Sean Johnson way ahead of Williams. Here's his 0-2 pitch. Miles is down on strikes. Good curveball there from Johnson. He picks up 2 strikeouts in the inning and strands first and third. Stompers can't score on a hit. They strand 2. Will go to the second. It's the Napa 1, the Stompers 0 right here on Sonoma TV and on the Sonoma Stompers radio network.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
CARSTAR Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Jordan Garr leads it off for Napa, top of the second inning. 1-0 Silverados. Justin Bird stole home in the first, the unconventional way on the throw back to the pitcher to get Napa on the board, and it is 1-0. Gar Olch Bethencourt, 5-6-7 against Connor Arnold, who deals in a fastball a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, we're into August, and the Stompers coming up have a couple of promotional nights, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of August. Here's Arnold's 1-0, and that's low to Jordan Garr. August 3rd, Saturday night, against the Napa Silverados. It's Jack London Appreciation Night, so come out to Palooza Park at Arnold Field. And then Sunday afternoon against the Salina Stockade. That's August 4th. It's Arnold History Night. Make sure you're at the ballpark for that historic night. That's this Sunday. That'll be a 1:05 first pitch. And then our lone Monday game on the 5th. It's Educator Night. Arnold misses outside, ball 3. That is against the Napa Silverados once again. That's Monday, August 5th, 6:05 first pitch right here from Palooza Park at Arnold Field. Here's the 3-0, and that's high and tight on Jordan Garr. Connor Arnold surrenders his first walk of the ball game. Leadoff walk to Jordan Garr, and that'll bring up Nick Olch. Olch, the left-handed batter, hitting at .277. Arnold will have to try and pitch around a leadoff walk here in the top of the second inning. Out of the stretch, he turns and fires to first, and Garr is back standing up. 8 home runs, 32 runs batted in for Olch, the left-handed hitter. Just a slightly open stance, ever so slightly. Arnold at the belt, his first pitch, and Olch hits it in the air down the left field line, and that will reach the seats for strike 1. 3-2 here in this ballpark against the Silverados, and 2 straight losses in this ballpark to Napa, 3 overall. Inching from first base, Jordan Garr. A long pause from Arnold. Now the 0-1, and Olch pops it out of play. Same spot down the left field line for strike 2. 1 hit against Arnold in the game. That was Justin Bird's leadoff single to left center. Collected back-to-back strikeouts to end the first, but did allow the run. Here's his 0-2 to Olch. A little bit outside from Arnold. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good spot to miss. Low and away to the lefty. They're straight away in the outfield against Olch. A spin and a throw back to first, and Garr back safely with a head-first dive. Pinching for a double play up the middle. Quincer over at third is deep with 2 strikes on Olch. Shadows creeping on the infield here at the start of the ball game. Quitzer's shaded. Arnold on the hill and Butcher behind the plate are shaded with the shadows from the trees. Rest of the infielders in the bright sunshine. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Olch down on strikes. Third strikeout for Connor Arnold. Olch swings over the top, 1 out here in the second. Here's Dom Bethencourt, the third baseman. Hitting at .231. He'll bat with a man at first and 1 out. Romero and Gata pinching for a double play. They're both in the sunshine. Gillespie over at first. He has to stare right into the sun. No sunglasses on for Gillespie. He'll just stare right through the sun, and another throw over to first base is not in time. Arnold doing a pretty good job holding the runner at first here in the second inning after allowing what goes down as 2 stolen bases in the first. His first pitch to Bethencourt's a little bit low, ball 1. Eight games separate these two teams in the standings. Coming into the ball game, Arnold on 1-0. A slider snaps in for strike 1 to Bethencourt. Arnold, the rookie from Cal State San Bernardino. 5-3 to open his professional career. Here's his 1-1 to Bethencourt, and that is popped up. Left side of the infield, Racing Romero calling for it in on the grass in front of short. He'll make the catch. 2 away, and here comes the center fielder, Sean Jackson, the two-way player. We've seen more of Jackson in the lineup this year than we have on the pitcher's mound. Jackson, his 33rd game in the lineup here tonight. He's appeared in 6 games on the bump for the Silverados. Man at first, 2 away. Arnold starts him with a fastball, and that's punched on the ground as short. Romero can't field it. It's off the tip of his glove and into short left field. An error by Racing Romero at short. The rare error by Romero puts Jackson on base with 2 out, and here's the catcher, Jake Marshall. A 2-hopper to the right, backhand side for Romero. He stabbed at it and went off the webbing of the glove and kicked away into left field. First error of the ball game for either side puts runners at first and second. For the catcher, Jake Marshall, Arnold starts him with strike 1, a fastball. Marshall batting at .224. Errors proved costly last night, too, for the Stompers in 1 inning. Led to a pair of runs and was really the difference in the game. Here's the 0-1. Marshall breaks his bat on the slider in the air to left. That'll fall in front of DeAngelis for a hit. Here comes the throw to the plate on 1 hop. It is offline. A broken bat RBI single for Jake Marshall, and Napa extends the lead 2-0. Slider working itself away from Marshall. He stuck the bat out, blew up the bat. It landed in front of DeAngelis and just hit softly enough to allow Jordan Gard to score from second. So 2-0, and the lineup flips over for Justin Bird. Only the 3rd RBI of the season for Jake Marshall, the 9-hole hitter. And here's Bird, who's 1 for 1 with a single. And those are the ones that really mess with you mentally on the hill. You make a good pitch, you break his bat, just finds a soft spot in the defense. First and second, 2 out, 2-0. First pitch to Justin Bird, swung on and missed. DeAngelis with a strong throw on 2 hops to Butcher, was just on the first base side. Two on, 2 out, 2-0. Of course, inning number 2 here in the ball game tonight. Arnold at the belt. He looks to second now. The 0-1 pitch. Bird swings through the fastball, and Arnold is ahead 0-2. Way ahead here. He can throw pretty much anything. He can go with the changeup. He throws it more to left-handed hitters than he will to right-handed hitters. The slider's been good if he can locate it at the back foot of Bird, or, of course, you can just elevate the fastball on 0-2. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, and Bird fouls it up the third base line. Jackson at second was off and running on the pitch. The run against Arnold is unearned due to the error at shortstop by Racing Romero. Romero's due up 4th in the home half of the second inning. Try and make up for that error out at short. Still ahead, way ahead, 0-2. Arnold looks to second, now lifts the leg and goes that way. He walks Sean Jackson back to the bag. Walk, strikeout, pop up to short, the error, and then the RBI single by Jake Marshall. 0-2 the count. Here comes the pitch from Arnold. Tying away to Bird, ball 1. No balls and 2 strikes. Make that 1 ball and 2 strikes on Justin Bird, the left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch from Arnold. Outside with a changeup, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Top of the second, 2-0 Silverados. Arnold from the stretch. The pitch. Slider fouled away. Two balls and 2 strikes. Bird trying to drive in a run. He has 27 on the season, all coming as a member of the Salina Stockade. The 2-2 again from Connor Arnold, and he misses low. The count is full on Justin Bird, so the runners will get a head start. Willie Salas on deck. And a base hit from Bird would score 1 with the runners getting a head start. Arnold trying to keep it at 2-0. His payoff pitch on the way, and that is inside ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Pair of walks in the inning against Arnold, and now here's Willie Salas batting at .366. He's homered 4 times and driven in 28. He popped up to Brent Gillespie at first. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Nowhere to put him with the bases loaded and 2 out. Arnold trying to escape this second without allowing any more runs, and his first pitch to Salas is right there on the outside corner, a fastball for strike 1. Salas, the right-handed hitting shortstop. Proven one of the best hitters in the league over the course of this season so far. Arnold's nothing in 1 pitch is a slider low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike count on the Napa shortstop. Big power threat Josh Montalongo on deck. Here comes the 1-1 from Arnold out of the stretch, and that is high for ball 2. Arnold having to make a pitch on 2-1. Jackson's at third, Marshall at second, Bird over at first. The 2-1 pitch, a fastball, tapped foul straight back. 2-2 on Willie Salas. They're straight away all the way around, infield and outfield. Deep at third is Quitzer, just 3 steps from the line. Arnold set. Here comes his 2-2 pitch to Salas, and that is outside, and the count is full. 2 walks in the inning, a strikeout, a base hit, and an error. The runners will get a head start on 3-2. Montalongo awaits on deck. Arnold settles. Here's his payoff pitch to Salas, and that is hit in the air, left center field, moving over. DeAngelis toward the gap. Hibbert calls him off, and Hibbert makes the catch. So Arnold escapes a bases-loaded jam here in the second. He does allow 1 run on the Jake Marshall single to left. It's 2-0 Napa. We go to the home half of the second. Rob DeAngelis will lead us off when we return.
North Bay Credit Union is proud to be part of Sonoma County's home team. We're your progressive alternative to big banks, delivering a full roster of great banking services, but at much lower costs. Our lineup always hits it out of the park. Auto loans, home loans, manufactured home loans, and 100% free checking that pays you back. We're equally proud to support lots of local groups, including the Sonoma Stompers, because that's what neighbors do. We're the home of league-leading Kasasa Checking. Kasasa Checking is better than free. It pays you, and you choose how you want to be rewarded. Bonus dividends on your deposits, or cash back on your debit card purchases. And Kasasa makes any ATM a free ATM. It's easy to switch to Kasasa in just minutes at northbaycu.com. Our convenient branches are just a short stop from anywhere, including our newest Sonoma Valley and Rohnert Park locations. Don't let banks throw curveballs at your budget with high rates and foul fees. Count on North Bay Credit Union to save you money every day. Learn more at northbaycu.com or call 707-584-0384. Loans subject to approval. Details at northbaycu.com.
Napa gets another in the top half of the second inning on a Jake Marshall RBI single, and Rob DeAngelis leads us off here in the bottom of the second inning. He takes a pitch down and in from Sean Johnson, and the count is 1-0. Right-hander working quickly, missing inside and low again. 2 balls and no strikes. When Johnson has missed in the ballgame so far, it's been down low. Good spot to miss for the right-hander so far. His 2-0 pitch is right there on the outside corner, a fastball for strike one. DeAngelis, Barfield, Butcher, 6-7-8. Stompers got a pair of base runners in the first. Stranded them at the corners. Here's the 2-1, and a breaking ball catches the inside corner to DeAngelis, 2-2. Johnson dealt his last time, 7 innings. Just 2 runs on 5 hits the last time he pitched in this ballpark. Here's his 2-2 to DeAngelis, and that's high and away. And the count is full. Stompers trying to get those runs back. Playing from behind here tonight. The third full count against Johnson so far in the ballgame in the first 6 hitters. Here's his payoff to DeAngelis. And DeAngelis swings through the breaking ball. It gets past Marshall, who chases it down. The throw to first in the dirt. Montelongo cannot field it. That'll go down as a strikeout and a pass ball and error on Jake Marshall, the catcher. So 3 strikeouts for Johnson, but DeAngelis does reach. And here's Jacob Barfield, the DH. Barfield pinch hit in the ballgame last night, had 2 opportunities in that game. Once in the 9th, and he went 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Came up today, he said, I'm feeling better today. You cannot go 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in those situations. It's just unacceptable. DeAngelis reaches after the strikeout pitch gets away from Marshall, and here's the first pitch to Barfield. That's down low, a fastball from Johnson for ball 1. Barfield at .252, 11 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Spent some time on the corner infield this year, first and third, some time in left. He's found a home as the DH. Johnson's 1-0 pitch, and Barfield hits it off the end of the bat into left field. Olch comes on, and he catches the sinking liner for out number 1. Barfield swinging early in the count, gets it off the end of the bat. Flies to Olch for out number 1. Now here's the catcher, Bronson Butcher. DeAngelis at first with 1 out. Butcher hitting at .221. 2 home runs for him on the year. They came on Saturday and Sunday, back-to-back days. With a home run for Butcher, the right-handed hitting catcher, the wide-open stance. Johnson from the stretch. A long pause, now a spin and a throw over to first base, not in time to get DeAngelis. They're underway over in San Rafael. The Pacific's hosting the Admirals, and they're in the bottom of the first. Scoreless. First pitch to Bronson Butcher. Right on the outside corner, a fastball from Sean Johnson, and the count is 0-1. DeAngelis at first. He has 11 stolen bases. That leads the club. Jackson in center, a couple of steps toward the left center field gap. Here's the 0-1. DeAngelis goes. The pitch is called a strike. The throw down to second. Not in time. DeAngelis snuck the foot in. He has his 12th stolen base. And now he's in scoring position with 1 out. DeAngelis leads from second after the stolen base. The count is 0-2 on Bronson Butcher. Johnson at the chest. Here's the pitch. Slider on the outside corner. Gets Butcher looking. 4th strikeout for Johnson. And here comes Rayson Romero. So Ray will have a chance here to make up for the error that allowed the run to come in and score in the top half of the inning. Base hit could do the trick. Batting at 183, but an on-base percentage of .427. The Stompers shortstop. First pitch from Johnson. High and away with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Johnson looks out to second base. Here's his 1-0 pitch, and Romero hits it in the air to left. Not that deep. Coming on is Olch, and he will make the catch. Couple of strikeouts in the inning for Johnson. A man reaches on the air by Marshall, but no runs come across. It's 2-0 Napa through 2.
You're a bridge builder, a connector, a people person. You make every moment count, and you know how to count every moment. You know people who are going places, and you help them get there. California's business is your business. You specialize in special, and we specialize in your specialty. No matter what your background is or where you want to go, at Nelson, every day is a great day for a first day. Connect with a Nelson recruiter in your city to start working on putting your next first day on the calendar. Nelson, our talent is finding yours.
We're on to the top of the third inning. Stompers trail 2-0. Josh Montalongo leads it off for Napa, followed by Nico Tony and Jordan Garr. The overshift is on for Montalongo, and Arnold throws a fastball by him for strike one. Three men on the left side of the infield. Quitzer, Romero, and Gata. Brent Gillespie all alone on the right side. Williams in right over toward the gap, about 100 feet off the right field line. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Arnold, and Montalongo pulls it foul along third. These two teams have played each other tough this year. Napa, the toughest opponent for the Stompers, with a 7-4 record against Napa here in 2019. Stompers trying to snap a 3-game losing streak till the Silverados here tonight. Trail at 2-0 early as we enter the third. Arnold on 0-2 to Montalongo. Here's the pitch, and that's popped up in the air to right, carrying out toward Williams. He'll make the catch right above the left shoulder. One away here in the third. Nico Tony will come up. He struck out against Arnold back in the first inning. 3 strikeouts for Connor Arnold in the game so far through 2 1/3. 2 walks against him, and one of those 2 walks have come in to score. Working quickly against Tony, the first pitch, and he swings and misses on a fastball. Good fastball from Connor Arnold. It's 90-93 with a fastball and get up to 94. Here's his 0-1 to the right-handed hitting Tony, and he snaps off a slider. Tony comes up empty, and it's 0-2. From the first base side of the rubber, here's the 0-2 pitch. Tapped foul along third. Stompers had to use 4 arms out of the bullpen last night, leaving just Gibbons and Richardson unused. They have 6 righties available tonight out of the pen, and Pat Barnett may be the only one not available after throwing 2 perfect innings last night. The 0-2, Tony ropes it to left. Slider hung up from Arnold, enough for Tony to get the barrel on it. He has a 1-out single. Jordan Garr will come to bat. He's the walk that scored against Arnold last inning, a leadoff walk. Arnold back out of the stretch. Here's his first pitch, and Garr takes low. Fastball a little bit low, says Mark Beller, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Gillespie holding on the runner at first. The 1-0 delivery, and Gar takes inside. He has to back out of the way. 2-0 the count. Gar yet to see a fastball in this game for a strike, or a strike at all. The 2-0 pitch from Connor. On the ground, left side, Quitzer backing up. He snares it, goes to second for one, and got his throw back to first will be late. Jordan Gar reaches on a fielder's choice. Forced out at second, Nico Tony for out number 2. And here comes the left fielder, Nick Olch. Arnold got the ground ball that he wanted, but Quitzer moving to his left and backing up on it could only get the one out at second base. Olch, the left-handed batter, he struck out his first time against Arnold, who starts him with a fastball a little bit outside for ball 1. Got us deep at second with the heels on the grass. The 1-0 pitch, and Olch takes inside and low ball 2. Connor Arnold, the right-hander at the belt, spinning a throw back to first base, and without much of a lead, Jordan Gar just falls easily back to the bag. 2-0 the count, 2 out, and a man at first. We're in the top of the third. Stompers trail 2-0. Napa's put up a run in each of the first 2 innings, and now that 2-0 from Arnold is outside to Olch for ball 3. Arnold putting himself in a jam here early in the ball game. A spin and a throw over to first base, and Gar, still without much of a lead, is back standing up. Jordan Gar has 20 stolen bases on the season. Here's the 3-0, and Olch takes strike 1, a fastball tailing away onto the outside corner, 3-1. Arnold trying to get back into the count. Here's his 3-1 delivery, and Gar taking off. Watches Nick Olch shoot it foul. Off the light pole and foul territory and into short left field. So the count is full. Nick Olch, as they'll toss the baseball into the Stomper dugout. Arnold gets a new baseball. Gar at first base will get a head start with the count full and 2 out. Gillespie still holding him on over at first, though, making sure he doesn't get too much of a lead. The payoff pitch from Arnold, runner goes. It is on the inside corner, got him looking, strike 3. 4th strikeout for Connor Arnold. He's punched out Nick Olch twice. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Stompers trail 2-0. Top of the order coming up.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
CARSTAR Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Wordmice.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Nick Gott in the top of the lineup, due up for the Stompers here in the bottom of the third inning, trying to get something going as he squares around and pulls back and takes strike one from Sean Johnson. The count is 0-1. Gotta Hibbert Quitzer trying to get the Stompers on the board. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Gotta shoots it on the ground left side. Salas deep at the hole, the backhand. The throw to first will not be in time. Nick Gotta has an infield single, and he snaps in 0 for 6. Coming into that at bat with the infield single. So here's Matt Hibbert trying to get things rolling in a Stomper uniform for the 5th time in the last 6 years. Matt Hibbert coming over from the Atlantic League where he played last year. At his best professional years in the Pacific Association and specifically in a Stomper uniform. The speedy center fielder, we've seen him showcase the wheels a couple of times on the bases when he's gotten on, but 2 for his first 7 with a walk and a hit by pitch. Make that 2 for his first 8 after he struck out against Johnson his first time up here tonight. Gott is at first after the infield single. Johnson starts Hibbert with the first pitch fastball in on the hands, and he really got in there as Hibbert rolls it foul up the first base line for strike one. The speedy center fielder will run down anything, and we've seen it. Batting from the right side. Gotta at first a very small lead, now takes the secondary. Johnson at the chest. Here's the 0-1. It's inside, and that hit Matt Hibbert. He started the hands, tried to pull him back out of the way, and it got him. So hit by pitch puts runners at first and second. And now Tito Fuentes Jr. is going to come out, and he may ask Mark Beller behind the plate if there is a possibility that it got the knob of the bat of Matt Hibbert, and now Fuentes asking his catcher Jake Marshall something to that regard, and he'll ask Mark Beller, did it get him or did it get the bat? It may have gotten a piece of the left elbow guard of Hibbert, resulting in the sound that sounds similar to it hitting the bat. Fuentes seems satisfied with the explanation. He'll go back to the dugout. And here's Chris Quitzer with runners at first and second with nobody out. Quitzer walked in the first inning, extending his on-base streak to 18 games. Bethencourt's even with the bag over at third. Here's the first pitch, and Quitzer tanks high and away, ball one. One and 0 the count. Quitzer left-handed hitter against the right-handed Johnson at 6'7". He looks to second. A long pause, a second look. Now the 1-0 delivery, and Quitzer swings through a fastball in the outer half, 1-1. We've seen that frequently out of Quitzer here in the last couple of weeks of July, and now today, August 1st, just a little bit behind fastballs, particularly on the outer half. There's the 1-1. He squares around and pulls back just in time. Tails away and low for ball two. Quitzer ahead in the count, 2-1. A golden opportunity for the Stompers to get on the board here in the third inning, trailing 2-0. Got his leadoff single, and then Hibbert hit by the pitch to put runners at first and second with nobody out. Quitzer with 34 runs batted in on the season, the left-handed hitter. Here's the 2-1 from Johnson, and he elevates, and Quitzer chases the fastball 2-2. Trying to shorten up here with 2 strikes and just put something in play with Brent Gillespie on deck, the power threat. Quitzer a power threat as well. He does have 5 home runs. Quitzer, the all-conference third baseman at the University of Buffalo in 2017. Was put over at third base to try and solve the third base woes for the Stompers, and he's found a home there tonight, his 10th start over at third. 10th consecutive, mind you. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Johnson misses high with a curveball, and the count is full. Gillespie waits on deck. Quitzer at the plate. The count is full. They're straight away against him. Johnson looks to second. Now the payoff pitch, and Quitzer takes inside ball 4. The fastball misses, and that loads the bases for Brent Gillespie. Quitzer works his second walk of the ball game. Another golden chance for Gillespie. Singled his first time up against Johnson, and now Tito Fuentes Jr. is going to come out to the mound. And on his way, he'll pick up a couple of pieces of the broken bat from Jake Marshall that exploded earlier on in the game. Never seen that one before. Still a little shrapnel out on the field from the broken bat. This mound visit gives us an opportunity to remind you that you're watching Stompers Baseball on Sonoma TV and listening on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network. Tomorrow, we'll be on the road in San Rafael. Stompers Pacifics 1 and 2. Again tomorrow night from Albert Park. That first pitch will be thrown at 6:30, and then we're home Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, Monday night. Yes, Monday night before we go on the road in Vallejo on Tuesday. So the meeting is over on the mound. The bases are loaded and nobody out for Brent Gillespie, who singled off of Johnson his first time. Gana's at third. Hibbert at second. Quitzer at first. Corner infielders in. Here's the first pitch. Gillespie taps it foul over toward the Stomper dugout off the front screen for strike 1. Jackson in center toward the pull side for Gillespie. A couple of steps toward the right center gap. Way off the line and left is Nick Olch. Salas at shortstop up the middle, but still on the shortstop side. Gar at second is deep. Corners are in. Here's the 0-1. Gillespie watches a breaking ball. Called strike 2. Now finds himself in a hole. Curveball for Johnson has been exceptional tonight. Even his misses. Just leaving a couple high in the ball game. Out of the stretch he works on 0-2 to Gillespie. Here's the pitch. Gillespie's down on strikes. Johnson pulled the string on a changeup, his 5th strikeout, and a much-needed strikeout for the first out here in the 3rd. Here's Miles Williams, 8 for his last 18. Enjoying a 22-game on-base streak, trying to extend that here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Williams, the right-handed hitter, digs in. He struck out against Johnson the first time back in the first inning. Nowhere to put him. Here's the first pitch from Johnson, and Williams takes low, a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Stompers trying to get on the board in the 3rd, trailing 2-0. Plenty of speed on the bases, with Gata at 3rd, Hibbert at 2nd, and Quitzer, who can run over at first base. The 1-0. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Good pitch for Williams to hit. One and one the count. Still just 1 out, so a ball in play could bring home a run. Pinching up the middle, Bethencourt at 3rd, even with the bag, as well as Montelongo over at first. He's even with the bag. The 1-1, and Williams watches a breaking ball snap over the outside corner for strike 2. So now Williams will have to shorten up and just put something in play. Bases loaded, nobody out. Gillespie went down on strikes. Johnson trying to protect the 2-0 lead. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and Williams chases a high curveball. He goes down on strikes for the 2nd time. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sean Johnson, and now he can take a deep breath. Not out of the woods yet. He'll have to face Rob DeAngelis. From bases loaded, nobody out, to bases loaded and 2 out. Run has not come in yet. Johnson's first pitch to DeAngelis. Outside, ball one with a fastball. DeAngelis struck out but reached as the ball got past Jake Marshall, the catcher. 6 strikeouts for Marshall. For Johnson make it. The count is 1-0 on DeAngelis, left-handed hitter. Driven in 27 on the year. Here's the 1-0, and DeAngelis pulls it on the ground. Pass Montalongo into right field for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. Hibbert, standing up, will score from second base. It's a 2-run single for Rob DeAngelis, and we're tied here in the third. Pulled it past the diving Montalongo at first into right field. Gana scored easily. Hibbert with the speed from second scored. Quitzer goes from first to third, and runners are at the corners for Jacob Barfield. 29 RBIs now on the season for DeAngelis, and the Stompers have their first hit with a man in scoring position tonight. First pitch to Jacob Barfield, a fastball poured in for strike one on the inside half. Barfield flied to left his first time, a sinking line drive that Nick Olch ran in to make the catch on. 2-2 game in the third. Barfield trying to give the Stompers their first lead. DeAngelis goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. And DeAngelis takes second.
Stolen base brought to you by Sonoma Fit. Get in better shape real fast. That's Sonoma Fit.
Second and third, 2 out. After the second stolen base of the game for DeAngelis. The 0-2 pitch from Johnson to Barfield. A curveball fouled off. Barfield got a piece. Marshall could not squeeze it for the strikeout. Barfield gets another life here with second and third and 2 out. Base hit scores 1, possibly 2. Depending on where and how hard Barfield hits it. Johnson from the stretch. Here's the 0-2 again, and that's outside. That gets past Marshall over toward first base, and Quitzer will come in to score. The wild pitch gives the Stompers a 3-2 lead. Johnson held on to the fastball a little too long. Gets past Marshall. Over to third base goes Rob DeAngelis. And the count is 1-2 on Barfield. Now he can extend the lead with a base hit. The 1-2 pitch. Curve ball pulled on the ground to third. Still 1-2. The Silverados scored once in the first, once in the second. Stompers scored 3 times here in the bottom of the third. The DeAngelis 2-run single, and then the wild pitch allowing Quitzer to come in and score. So 3-2 ball game. Barfield looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 1. DeAngelis creeping down the third baseline. The 1-2 delivery to Barfield, and that's a curveball in the dirt. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Barfield will see a 7th pitch after fouling off a couple. Trying to extend the lead. Johnson at the chest. The 2-2 delivery. After a long pause, here it comes, and Barfield sprays it foul off to the right. Barfield putting up a battle against Johnson. He's the 7th Stomper to hit. A single by Gana, and then Hibbert was hit by a pitch, and then Quitzer walked to load the bases with nobody out. Gillespie and Williams down on strikes back-to-back, and then the DeAngelis 2-out single. Now Barfield in a 2-2 count. The 8th pitch coming from Johnson, the 6'7" right-hander. Here it is, and Barfield chases a breaking ball in the dirt. That ends the inning, but the Stompers score 3 times the 2-run single. The wild pitch. Johnson does strike out the side. The Stompers lead the ball game 3-2 over the Silverados. We're through 3 innings of play. Bottom third of the lineup coming up for Napa when we return right here on Sonoma TV and on the Stompers Radio Network.
North Bay Credit Union is proud to be part of Sonoma County's home team. We're your progressive alternative to big banks, delivering a full roster of great banking services, but at much lower costs. Our lineup always hits it out of the park. Auto loans, home loans, manufactured home loans, and 100% free checking that pays you back. We're equally proud to support lots of local groups, including the Sonoma Stompers, because that's what neighbors do. We're the home of league-leading Kasasa Checking. Kasasa Checking is better than free. It pays you, and you choose how you want to be rewarded. Bonus dividends on your deposits, or cash back on your debit card purchases. And Kasasa makes any ATM a free ATM. It's easy to switch to Kasasa in just minutes at northbaycu.com. Our convenient branches are just a short stop from anywhere, including our newest Sonoma Valley and Rohnert Park locations. Don't let banks throw curveballs at your budget with high rates and foul fees. Count on North Bay Credit Union to save you money every day. Learn more at northbaycu.com or call 707-584-0384. Loans subject to approval. Details at northbaycu.com.
We enter the top of the fourth inning. The Stompers lead 3-2, scoring 3 times in the bottom half of the third inning. Dom Bethencourt leads it off, and he swings through the first pitch fastball from Connor Arnold, and the count is 0-1. Bethencourt, Jackson, Marshall, 7-8-9 against Arnold here in the fourth inning. Right-handers nothing in one pitch is outside and low. The count's even at 1-1. We're on the road tomorrow. And then back for 3 Saturday, Sunday, and yes, Monday night. Our first Monday night game, of course, the one of 2. The other Monday night game will be August 26th, the game that was rescheduled. That'll be against the Vallejo Admirals, and that'll be the final regular season game of the year. 1-1 fastball swung through by Bethencourt, 1-2. Over in San Rafael, the Admirals have taken a 1-0 lead. That game now in the bottom of the second. We're into the fourth here, in a 3-2 game between the Stompers and the Silverados. Arnold from the first base side of the rubber on 1-2, and a check swing foul ball off the bat of Bethencourt. The count remains 1-2 strikes. Bethencourt popped up to Romero at short his first time. A run has been scored in every inning. 1 in the first, 1 in the second for Napa, and 3 in the bottom of the third for the Stompers. Here's the 1-2. Bethencourt chops it on the ground to short. Romero backing up from the outfield grass. Long throw. They got him. Romero had to back up on the 3-hopper. When he did finally field the backhand, his back foot was on the outfield grass. The strong throw from deep in the hole at short in time to get Dom Bethencourt. Another good play on the back half, too, by Gillespie this stretch to make sure that the out was recorded. So 1 out, nobody on. Sean Jackson will be the hitter. The center fielder batting from the left side. He reached on an error by Romero at short that eventually led to a run, the second Napa run. Back in the second inning, he takes a tailing fastball from Arnold here for strike 1. 4 RBIs on the season for Jackson, 3 coming against the Stompers on the year. Arnold's nothing in one pitch. Jackson comes up empty, swinging on the fastball. 2-seamer running away, and the count is 0-2. Arnold trying to limit the pitch count here in the fourth inning. This will be pitch 71 on 0-2, and off-speed pitch taken in the dirt, smothered by Butcher for ball 1. 3 hits allowed by Arnold, 1 in each inning. He walked a pair in the second, struck out 4 in the ballgame so far. Hibbert playing toward left center. away from the left-handed hitting Jackson. Arnold's 1-2 pitch. Topped on the ground is second. Gata will charge, and he'll flip to Gillespie at first, 2 gone. Base is empty, 2 away, and Jake Marshall, the catcher who drove in a run on a broken bat, base hit in the second for his 14th RBI. At the time, gave Napa a 2-0 lead. Stompers up 3-2 in the fourth, trying to snap that 3-game losing streak to Napa. Coming off the loss last night, here's Arnold's first pitch to Marshall. He hits it on the ground to short. Moving to his left, Romero will pick it up on 4 hops and throw him out at first. A 1-2-3, 4th inning for Connor Arnold will go to the home half. Butcher, Romero, Gata coming up for the Stompers.
You're a bridge builder, a connector, a people person. You make every moment count, and you know how to count every moment. You know people who are going places, and you help them get there. California's business is your business. You specialize in special, and we specialize in your specialty. No matter what your background is or where you want to go, at Nelson, every day is a great day for a first day. Connect with a Nelson recruiter in your city to start working on putting your next first day on the calendar. Nelson, our talent is finding yours.
Bronson Butcher for the Stompers here in the bottom of the 4th inning. He'll lead it off, followed by Rayson Romero and then Nick Gata, the 8, 9, 1 spots of the order. They got to Johnson in the 3rd, sending 7 hitters to the plate and scoring 3 times. Here's Johnson's first pitch to Butcher, and he starts him with a fastball a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes. Butcher struck out his first time. 1 of 7 strikeouts that Johnson has collected in the first 3 innings. He's had a very strong performance here tonight, even though his club's trailing 3-2. Butcher shoots it on the ground to second, down to 1 knee to field it Jordan Garr, and he'll throw him out at first for out number 1. Pitch count all right for Johnson. The first pitch to Romero will be number 65. Arnold had 73 pitches through the first 4 innings. Romero flying to left against Johnson his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Just 3 hits against Johnson in the ball game, and he deals strike 1 on the low outside corner to Romero. The big hit in the game, the DeAngelis 2-run single past the diving Montelongo at first. Here's the 0-1, and Johnson pulls that one too far across as it passes through the left-handed batter's box and goes all the way to the backstop, 1-1. These two teams, 2 of the 3 over 500 entering the month of August. San Rafael the other. There's the 1-1, and Romero takes strike 2 on the outside corner, belt high. Stompers with the only team over 30 wins. 31-12. San Rafael 27-19, and Napa 23-20. There's the 1-2 pitch to Romero, and he shoots it in the air to Ryan. Going back on it is Bird over toward the line from the sunshine to the shadows. He makes the catch for the second out. Entering the ball game, Vallejo 2 games under 500 at 21 and 23, and then the Salina Stockade, who were so close last night, after surrendering the loss in Vallejo, come in at 9 and 37 and losers of 16 straight. Everybody's pulling for the Stockade, and luckily for them, a night off tonight, trying to recuperate. Here's Gata, the leadoff man. He singled the last time against Johnson. He swings and misses over the top of a changeup to open the at-bat for strike one. Gata broken 0 for 6 with the single against Johnson in the third. Something you don't see very often for the guy that leads the league in on-base percentage. Here he takes a breaking ball for strike two. Gata with a .545 on-base percentage, 90 points higher than anybody else in the league. Johnson shakes 3 times, trying to get on the same page with Marshall. Here's his 0-2, and Gata taps it on the ground to first softly. Montalongo charges, and he drops it. Nick Gata will reach an error by Montalongo over at first. It was a soft 3-hopper to Montalongo. He came in lackadaisically, and it hit him right in the heel of the glove, and he just dropped it. It was going to be a foot race between Gata and Johnson on the flip from Montalongo, and Johnson had a good head start on it, but Montalongo can't field it cleanly. That's the second error of the ball game for Napa, and that extends the inning for the center fielder, Matt Hibbert. He struck out and was hit by a pitch. He scored a run in the third. Trying to keep things going here in the bottom of the fourth inning with Gata at first. He'll take off. First pitch to Hibbert, called a strike. The throw to second is not in time. It was a little bit high. Waiting for the signal from Ron Adams. Nick Gata has a stolen base. He's now in scoring position with 2 out. Ninth stolen base of the season for Nick Gata. The pitch was called ball 1 on Matt Hibbert, so he's ahead in the count. Here's the 1-0. On the outside corner, strike 1. Hibbert trying to add some insurance here in the fourth. Doesn't have an RBI in a Stomper uniform yet in 2 games. Shoots some to the outfield here. It would score Gata. The second baseman, Gar, is on the outfield grass over at second, playing up toward the middle. There's the 1-1, and Hibbert swings through a fastball letter high, 1-2. There's been a run scored in every inning tonight. Hibbert trying to keep that true here in the fourth. Johnson looks to second twice. Got it creeping off the 1-2 pitch, and that is high with a fastball, 2-2. 2 quick outs to open the inning. Butcher grounded to second, and then Romero flied to right. Gata reached, and the inning extended on the Montalongo error over at first. Then he stole second to put himself in scoring position. Stompers 1 for 6 in the game with men in scoring position. They entered the game as a team, hitting .303 in those similar situations. 2-2 the count. Johnson looks home, now the pitch, and Hibbert's down on strikes. Breaking ball from Sean Johnson gets Hibbert swinging, the 8th strikeout of the ball game for Johnson through 4 innings. Stompers lead it 3-2. We'll go to the 5th. Top of the lineup due up for Napa right here on Sonoma TV and on the Sonoma Stompers Radio Network.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Top of the fifth inning, Stompers lead 3-2, and Connor Arnold delivers a first pitch to Justin Bird. He hits it in the air, slicing down the left field line. That'll fall in foul territory for strike one. First 1-2-3 inning for Arnold in the fourth. Got a 3 straight groundouts. Nothing in one the count on Bird. He's 1 for 1, a single and a walk. 4 strikeouts and 2 walks for Arnold, the right-hander. It's a 1-run ball game in the fifth. Bird, the left-handed hitter, awaits the 0-1 from Arnold. Here it is, and he misses inside and low with a fastball. We're on to the fifth inning here tonight in a 1-run game. There in the bottom of the third over in San Rafael, the Pacifics and the Admirals tied at 1. Salina with the night off tonight. The 1-1 delivery, and Bird takes outside, ball 2. Bird, who was very productive for the Salina Stockade, now over in a Napa uniform in just his second game. As a Silverado, he went 1 for 2 2 nights ago. Napa with an off night last night. Here's the 2-1, and Bird ropes it down the right field line. Over to cut it off, Miles Williams. Bird hard around first, and Williams will throw back behind him at first, not in time. So Bird has a couple of hits tonight. Another leadoff single, and he's on base for Willie Salas. Salas has popped up to Gillespie and flying to Hibbert in center. Bird's at first base, nobody out for Salas to spin in a throwback to first. (3-2) game, top 5. Stompers lead. Bird leading from first. Arnold's pitch, runner goes. The pitch is taken inside. The throw down to second. They did not get him. Ball was dropped by Gata. Bird into second base. With a head first slide, he has it stolen. 1 ball and no strikes to count on Salas. The pitch was taken inside, so Bird has his 3rd stolen base of the game. He's out at second representing the tying run. Arnold's 1-0 pitch. That's inside to Salas, ball 2. Salas 0 for 2. Looking for his first hit of the game. Bird's just been all over the bases here tonight. The 2-0 from Arnold. Salas fouls it straight back on that fastball from Arnold. Just did get underneath it. Salas, who has been struggling as of late, 0 for 2 tonight. The average at one point up near 380, still at 366, one of the best in the league. Right-handed hitter at the plate against Arnold on 2-1, and that's looped into center field. That'll fall for a base hit. Matt Hibbert will throw. It's cut off by Brent Gillespie. Back-to-back singles, and Napa has runners at the corners with nobody out. Hibbert did a good job deking Bird as if he were going to make the play in center. Bird stopped halfway between second and third. So he's held at third base, and here is Josh Montalongo, the big power threat, with runners at the corners and nobody out. Tying runs at third. Montalongo 0 for 2. He was called out on strikes and then flying to Williams and right. Arnold trying to pitch out of a first and third no-out jam here in the fifth. He starts Montalongo with a slider that catches the outside corner. Brilliant slider from Arnold to start the at-bat and get ahead 0-1. Gata at second is pulled up the middle. Still on the second base side of the bag. They're deep at third and at short, Quitzer and Romero. Gillespie holds on Salas at first. He has plenty of speed. Here's the 0-1. He'll go, and Montalongo shoots it into right field for a base hit. A broken bat single. That'll bring in the run. We are tied at 3. And going from first to third is Willie Salas. An RBI single for Josh Montalongo. Still nobody out, and runners still at the corners for the cleanup man, Nico Tony. A back and forth affair here in the game tonight. And now here comes pitching coach Mike Nunez out of the dugout. Three consecutive hits for Napa to open the fifth against Connor Arnold. Single by Bird, single by Salas, and the RBI single by Montalongo, driving in his 39th. Tony, who's 1 for 2. Mike Nunez just trying to settle down his right-hander. 3 hits in the inning, nobody out. And now the task is to try and keep this a tie game, which will be a tall task for Arnold. As we check on the game over in San Rafael, the Pacifics have taken a 2-1 lead over the Admirals in the bottom of the third inning. Mark Beller comes out. He'll break up the conversation on the mounts. Everybody will go back. Nico Tony, the DH. The cleanup man will be the hitter. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Salas is at third. Montalongo's at first after the RBI hit. And Nico Tony, the DH, who has hit 2 home runs and driven in 25. He had the walk-off home run 2 nights ago against San Rafael closer Yalen Peguero. And Arnold starts him with a slider for strike 1 on the outside corner. Trying to keep this game tied, 3-3 in the top of the fifth. They're at the corners. Arnold works from the stretch. Montalongo close to first. The 0-1 delivery, and Tony pops it up. Foul territory, first base side. Gillespie over near the dugout, and he will run out of room. No balls and 2 strikes to count on Tony, and a definite strikeout situation for Arnold here. He has 4 in the ball game. 3 consecutive singles by Bird, Salas, and Montalongo have driven in a run to tie the game here in the fifth. Tony, the DH, with Jordan Gar on deck, still nobody out. Arnold way ahead, 0-2. Here's his pitch, and Tony sprays it foul out of play down the right field line. Still 0-2. Arnold way ahead. The slider's been good to Tony. The slider's been good all night. He has the velocity to elevate and throw it by Tony as well. Here's the 0-2. He goes with the breaking ball, and that's fouled out of play. Still 0-2. Tony putting up a good battle against Arnold. Trying not to be the first casualty here in the fifth. In a good game pitched by both starters here tonight. A couple of innings where they've run into some trouble. It's Arnold's turn to try and dig deep on it. 0-2. The pitch is high and away. Reached back for a little bit extra there on that fastball. 1-2 strikes the count. One and two. Salas at third, Montalongo at first. Arnold after the pause, here's the pitch, and Tony shoots another fastball foul. Four foul balls in the at-bat for Nico Tony. He'll see a seventh pitch from Connor Arnold. They're at the corner, still nobody out. Arnold on 1-2, the pitch. Slider a little bit outside, couple of inches off that outside corner. A good chase pitch, and an even better take by Nico Tony. Eighth pitch coming, the longest at bat against Arnold in the ball game. Tony, the right-handed hitter, awaits. Here's the pitch, and the slider is fouled away again. Making Arnold work. Willie Ethington is up and throwing in the Stomper bullpen. Nobody up for Napa, with Sean Johnson sitting at 76 pitches through 4 innings. Ninth pitch coming to Tony. Already a successful at-bat against Arnold, who spins and throws to first, and Montalongo is back standing up. Single by Bird, single by Salas, the single by Montalongo brought in the tying run. We're still in the top of the fifth. Longest at bat against Connor Arnold. Pitch number 9 to Tony. Here it is. He hits it on the ground softly to third. Quitzer charges. He'll go to second for one. Got it to first. A double play. They trade a run for 2 outs. Napa does take a 4-3 lead on the 5-4-3 double play. Tony will not get an RBIs, but Salas does come in to score, and Napa takes a 1-run lead. Base is empty, 2 away after the 9-pitch double play to Nico Tony. Here's the first pitch to Jordan Garr, and Connor Arnold misses high and in, ball 1. 8 pitches to Garr in the game. He's seen 1 strike from the right-hander. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Garr takes at the knees a fastball from Arnold for strike 1. 3 straight hits, a 5-4-3 double play. There comes the 1-1 from Connor. Garr chases a slider down in the dirt. He spins himself down to one knee. 1-2. Arnold trying to escape the fifth, just allowing the 2 runs. As the base is loaded now. He had the bases loaded. Able to get out of it. The 1-2. Base is empty. And a slider swung on and missed. 5th strikeout for Connor Arnold. He does allow the 2 runs. Napa regains the lead back. It's 4-3. We're halfway home here tonight. We'll go to the last of the 5th. Quitzer, Gillespie, Williams. 3, 4, and 5 coming up.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
CARSTAR Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Chris Quitzer starts us off in the bottom of the fifth inning against Sean Johnson. He squares around, bunts it down the third baseline, charging Bethencourt. The throw on the run is late. Chris Quitzer, a bunt single to open the bottom of the fifth inning. Showcasing the bat control and the speed is Quitzer. He tried it in his first at-bat, did not get a pitch to lay down. He doesn't there. A bunt single as his first hit of the game, and the Stompers have a base runner here in the fifth. They are able to get Johnson in the third inning for 3 runs. None since then. Gillespie, the left-handed hitter. Bethencourt in at third. Here's the first pitch, and he rolls it foul up the first baseline for strike one. Gillespie 1 for 2 in the game with a single off of Johnson. First time we've seen Chris Quitzer bunt for a hit this year. The 0-1. Breaking ball down in the dirt, blocked by Marshall. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Big bats here in the fifth. 3, 4, 5. Gillespie's reached in 24 straight. That's every game that he's donned a Stomper uniform this year. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Gillespie had a big home run in the ninth last night. Here's the 1-1, and he hits it in the air down the left field line out of play. Stompers, who scored 3 times in the bottom of the ninth last night and fell 1 run short in the 11-10 loss to San Rafael, had the tying run at first base with 1 out. Back-to-back strikeouts ended the game. Gillespie with a 3-run home run to right center last night, his 6th of the year. Johnson's 1-2 pitch. Here it comes to Gillespie, and that's inside and low and smothered by Marshall behind the plate. Plenty of runs being scored here in this game tonight. Plenty of runs over in San Rafael. It's 3-2 Vallejo. They have regained the lead in the top of the 4th inning. 2-2 on Gillespie. Quitzer at first after the leadoff bunt single. Here comes the pitch from Johnson. High and away to Gillespie, and he's worked the count full. Second baseman Gar is deep at second and pulled over towards the 3-4 hole. Salas at shorts up the middle, and a lot of room on the right side of the infield up the middle for Gillespie. Only 2 walks against Johnson in the game. Here's his payoff to Gillespie, and he pulls it foul along first. 8 strikeouts for Johnson, the right-hander, averaging 2 an inning. Three and 2 again to Gillespie in pitch number 7 of the at-bat. It's on its way from the 6'7 right-hander, and that curve ball is outside, ball 4. Third walk against Johnson, and the Stompers have first and second with nobody out. Williams hit with the bases loaded and 1 out in the third and struck out. He hit with runners at the corners and struck out in the first, so he's due for a good AB here against Johnson with runners at first and second, nobody out. 0 for 2 is Williams. The first pitch swings through the breaking ball. 0-1. Quitzer leads from second. Gillespie from first. A bunt single and then the walk. The 0-1 delivery. Williams chases a curveball down low. 0-2. Trying to do something productive here this at bat is Miles Williams with first and second, nobody out. Williams calls time, steps out. Nothing in two. Williams way behind. Johnson searching for his 9th strikeout. He's at the chest, the 0-2 delivery, and Williams down on strikes for the 3rd time. Just a breaking ball over the inner part of the strike zone. Williams is down on strikes for out number 1. Here comes Tito Fuentes Jr. out of the dugout. Right-handers up in the Napa bullpen. Rob DeAngelis is coming to the plate. Single, walk, and then the strikeout for Johnson, his 9th. Fuentes comes out to the mound and looks up at the towering right-hander standing at 6'7". Now the infield will slowly make their way in toward the hill. An informational meeting right now for Tito Fuentes. He'll take the walk back to the dugout. Rob DeAngelis will be the hitter. He had the 2-run single back in the 3rd inning to drive in the first 2 Stomper runs. First and second, 1 out. Four-3 our score. Stompers trail bottom of the 5th. DeAngelis 1 for 2 with that single. He's driven in 29 on the year. Left-handed hitter, Bethencourt's in at 3rd. First pitch from Johnson. High and away to Rob DeAngelis for ball 1. DeAngelis has reached both times. He struck out and reached when he got past Marshall back in the 2nd inning. Right-hander on 1-0. Here's the pitch. It's inside to DeAngelis for ball 2. A little bit off the inside corner, says Mark Beller. DeAngelis, the left-hander from Staten Island, digs back in. Johnson looks to second, now throws on 2-0, and DeAngelis hits it in the air to right. Moving over is Bird. He'll make the catch on the run. Tagging from second and heading to 3rd is Chris Quitzer. There will be no relay. It's cut off by Salas. DeAngelis hits it hard, and Bird makes a nice running catch in right for out number 2. Here's Jacob Barfield. It'll take a hit to tie this game now in the 5th. Barfield has flied to left and struck out. And we'll see Tito Fuentes is on the top step of the dugout with Andrew Fernandez in the bullpen. The sidearm right-hander who's been so tough this year against everybody in the league. It will be Johnson to face Barfield with runners at the corners and 2 out here in the 5th. In a 1-run game, Stompers trail. His first pitch to Jacob Barfield. On the outside corner for strike 1, a fastball. Johnson's had success against Barfield in the game. Here's his 0-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and Barfield's in a hole 0-2. Stompers 1 for 8 with men in scoring position tonight. This will be the 3rd straight at bat, the 0-2 pitch, and Barfield's down on strikes. The 10th strikeout for Sean Johnson, where you go to the 6th in a 1-run game. Stompers trail 4-3.
North Bay Credit Union is proud to be part of Sonoma County's home team. We're your progressive alternative to big banks, delivering a full roster of great banking services, but at much lower costs. Our lineup always hits it out of the park. Auto loans, home loans, manufactured home loans, and 100% free checking that pays you back. We're equally proud to support lots of local groups, including the Sonoma Stompers, because that's what neighbors do. We're the home of league-leading Casasa Checking. Casasa Checking is better than free. It pays you, and you choose how you want to be rewarded. Bonus dividends on your deposits, or cash back on your debit card purchases. And Casasa makes any ATM a free ATM. It's easy to switch to Casasa in just minutes at northbaycu.com. Our convenient branches are just a short stop from anywhere, including our newest Sonoma Valley and Rohnert Park locations. Don't let banks throw curveballs at your budget with high rates and foul fees. Count on North Bay Credit Union to save you money every day. Learn more at northbaycu.com or call 707-584-0384. Loans subject to approval. Details at northbaycu.com.
Nick Olch leads it off for Napa in the top of the 6th inning. Connor Arnold back out on 96 pitches. Stompers trail 4-3. His first pitch to Nick Olch is fouled out of play. No balls in, 1 strike the count. It's Olch, Bethencourt, Jackson. 6, 7, 8. Combined 0 for 6 against Arnold in the game so far, so he's back out there for the 6th inning, and Olch pulls it on the ground. Diving at second is Gata. That's up the middle for a leadoff single. Five of the 6 innings tonight, Napa has had a leadoff base runner against Connor Arnold. Here's Bethencourt. He's 0 for 2. He's popped to short and grounded to short. Willie Ethington still throwing in the Stomper bullpen, and Fernandez up in Napa's bullpen. There's the first pitch to Bethencourt, and Arnold dots a fastball in the outside corner. No balls and a strike on the right-handed hitter, Dom Bethencourt. Olch leads from first, a spin and a throw over from Arnold. Connor Arnold from the belt with the runner at first and nobody out. A long pause, now the 0-1, and a slider is pulled into left field for a base hit. DeAngelis over to cut it off. Back-to-back singles against Arnold opens the 6th. And Sean Jackson's going to be the hitter.
Center fielder Sean Jackson.
100 pitches exactly for Arnold now. Jackson, the center fielder, 0 for 2. He reached on an error by Romero at short and grounded to second. Arnold looking for a ground ball here with first and second and nobody out. Right-hander's first pitch and an inside move towards second base instead. Olch at second, Bethencourt at first after back-to-back singles opens this top of the 6th inning. Arnold's first pitch to Jackson. He squares around and takes a fastball outside, ball 1. Jackson looks like he's going to give up the at-bat to try and move both runners into scoring position here. Left-handed hitter at the plate. Here's the 1-0, and that's low. Butcher can't squeeze it. Squirts away, but not far enough. 2 balls and no strikes. Sean Jackson, who's laid down 8 sack bunts this year. There's the 2-0. He squares around and takes outside, ball 3. And Arnold not in agreement. So now he's in danger of walking Jackson to load the bases. On 3-0. Spinning a throwback to second, not in time to get Olch. Three and 0. Marshall on deck. He's driven in a run tonight. The 3-0 pitch. And on the outside corner for strike one. Jackson not scoring around that time, taking all the way. Three balls, one strike, nobody out. Jackson squares around early. Gillespie creeping in from first. Here's the 3-1, and he bunts it foul. From 3-0 to 3-2, Connor Arnold has built the count against what's possibly his last hitter of the game with Ethington up in the bullpen. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Arnold, who has 5 strikeouts in the game, to just 2 walks. He looks to second. The payoff pitch home. High and away, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Jake Marshall's coming up. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single, and he will not face Connor Arnold as Zach Pace will make his way out of the dugout. Ethington rearing and ready to go in the bullpen. Connor Arnold starts the inning. He does not record an out. This pitching change brought to you by Sonoma Hills Retirement. It'll be Ethington against Marshall with the bases loaded and nobody out. Stompers trail 4-3 in the 6th. Willie Ethington, the new Stomper pitcher, here in the top of the 6th inning. He inherits bases loaded and nobody out, and he's tasked to get out of it without allowing a run. He pitched in last night's ball game, just lasted a third of an inning, allowed 4 runs, 2 earned on 3 hits. Looking for a different story here tonight. The 6'3" right-hander from Mesa, Arizona, to face the catcher Jake Marshall. His first pitch is a fastball off the inside corner for ball 1. Arnold goes 5 innings, allows 8 hits. 4 runs, 3 earned to this point. The book is not closed just yet. Ethington 3-0 with an ERA of 6.05. Deals in a 1-0 pitch to Jake Marshall, and that is inside ball 2. Ethington in 22 1/3. He struck out 14, walked 10, allowed 25 hits. The 25-year-old against Marshall, the catcher, on 2-0, and that is at the knees, a fastball for strike one. Marshall 1 for 2, an RBI single on a broken bat, base hit to left. That was back in the second inning. Olch is at third, Bethencourt at second, Jackson at first with nobody out in a one-run game, top of the sixth. Ethington from the stretch, his 2-1 delivery, and Marshall is tardy on the fastball. The count is 2-2. Arnold on the top step of the dugout, watching carefully this at bat against Jake Marshall, the 9-hitter, with Justin Bird on deck. So you're going to face Bird and probably Salas this inning. Here's the 2-2, and that's inside, and the count is full. Ethington got hit hard last night. 3 consecutive hits off him against San Rafael. Trying to flush that and make a good pitch on 3-2 to Marshall. The payoff coming, and he swings and misses. It gets away from Butcher, but nobody goes anywhere. A strikeout to Jake Marshall for the first out here in the sixth. Tailing fastball down and into Marshall. It just hit off the heel of the catcher's glove of Bronson Butcher. So 1 out, not out of the woods yet. Ethington pitching for a ground ball here against Justin Bird, who's reached all 3 times. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. Deep on the right side of the infield for Justin Bird, the left-handed hitter. 12 home runs, 27 driven in. Bases loaded, 1 out. Ethington's first pitch is in the dirt, and that's smothered by Butcher. One ball, no strikes. Ethington working from behind for the second hitter in a row. Ethington, who was drafted by the Red Sox in 2012 in the 17th round out of Mountain View High School down in Arizona. He's sent at the chest. The right-hander delivers on 1-0. A breaking ball low to Bird. 2 balls and no strikes. Spent 2018 in the Pecos League where he was a hitter. Career .321 hitter is Ethington. He did not pitch last year, though lifetime 7-6 with a ERA below 3.5. He's 3-0 this year. Here's his 2-0, and Bird takes strike one at the letters. A fastball from Ethington on the inside corner. DeAngelis, Hibbert, Williams in the outfield, left to right with the sun gone, but the sky's still a little baby blue. The lights are on, not completely dark just yet. Deep all the way around the infield. Ethington trying for a ground ball here with the bases loaded and 1 out. The 2-1 pitch, and that's high and away. 3 balls and 1 strike to count on the left-handed hitting Justin Bird. Ethington having to make a pitch here on 3-1. Action pitch with the bases loaded, nowhere to put Bird. Ethington set now, delivers, and that is low, ball 4. That walks in a run. 5-3 Napa. The RBI walk from Justin Bird. Two-run ball game now. Ethington walks Bird to drive in Olch. And here comes Willie Salas, one of the more dangerous hitters in the league. 1 for 3 tonight with his single, hitting at .366 on the year. Tough guy to double up. Ethington's first pitch is high and in, ball 1. Stomper bats in the bottom half. It'll be the 8-9-1 spots against either Johnson, who has 93 pitches through 5, or a new right-hander out of the bullpen for Napa. There's the 1-0 to Salas, and he takes high, ball 2. Ethington falling behind the first 3 hitters he's faced, making it tough on himself. He did strike out Marshall, but then he walked Bird, and here comes pitching coach Mike Nunez. Nunez will come out and try and settle down Ethington. As we take a look at the game over in San Rafael, the Pacifics have taken a 5-3 lead over Vallejo in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 balls and no strikes to count on Salas. Opened the game 0 for 2. He singled and scored in the 5th. So Nunez will talk to Butcher and Ethington. Bases still loaded and just 1 out. The run so far this inning charged to Connor Arnold. And he's responsible for the runners at second and third. Ethington came in last night and allowed 4 runs, 2 earned, and he's trying to lock things down here in the 6th after falling behind Willie Salas 2-0. Salas, the second best hitter in the league, second to just Raul Navarro of San Rafael. Mound visit has concluded. Back to the dugout goes pitching coach Mike Nunez. And the Stompers have a right-hander now up in the bullpen. 2-0 the count. Salas sitting on 1 pitch. Ethington trying to get him to ground somewhere on the infield. Here's the 2-0. Salas hits it on the ground wide of third. Foul territory, and it's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike on Salas. Bases loaded, 1 out, 5-3 Napa here in the top of the 6th. Ethington's 2-1 pitch. Salas skies it out of play. Two balls and 2 strikes. Ethington's worked it from 2-0 to 2-2. Andrew Fernandez up in Napa's bullpen. Here's Ethington's 2-2 pitch to Salas. He fights off an inside fastball. Outcome of the game could be decided right here in the top of the 6th inning. 2-run game. Ethington trying to keep it that way. Napa trying to break it open. Salas, who's driven in 28 on the year. Bases are loaded. Here's the 2-2 again, and he hits it into short left center field. Out goes Romero, the shortstop onto the outfield grass. He'll make the catch. Bethencourt stays at third base, 2 out, and Ethington just 1 more out to get, but he'll have to face the right-handed slugger Josh Montalongo. Marshall Schill is up and throwing in the Stomper bullpen. Montalongo at the plate. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. He'll hit with the bases loaded and 2 out. Ethington's first pitch to Montalongo right over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Challenge fastball first pitch in Montalongo's wheelhouse, and he took it. 0-1. Strikeout, a walk, and then the pop-up so far for Ethington here this inning. His 0-1 pitch, and that curveball is down below the strike zone. Butcher down to both knees to block it. The count evens at 1-1. Bethencourt's at third. Jackson is at second. Bird over at first. One Montalongo with 13 home runs and 39 runs batted in. A closed stance. Right-handed hitter at the plate. Ethington from the stretch, high set at the chest. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and Montalongo takes strike 2 on the outside corner. Ethington ahead for the first time here this inning. He has Montalongo 1-2. Montalongo, good high ball hitter, so if you're going to elevate the fastball, you make sure you get it up above the letters. Ethington with a plus breaking ball. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Montalongo goes down on strikes. Ethington elevated the fastball. He strikes out 2 here in the 6th. A run does come in to score to make it 5-3. Napa will go to the home half in a 2-run game. Butcher will start it off for the Stompers in the Stomper half of the 6th.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
CARSTAR Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Eight 9-1 for the Stompers against new Napa right-hander Andrew Fernandez. The 6'3", 200-pound right-hander from Castro Valley. Entering his 18th game of the year with a 2.79 ERA. In 29 innings, he's allowed just 9 earned runs on 27 hits while striking out 33 and walking 11. He'll face the 8-9-1 spots of the Stomper order, working from the stretch position. His first pitch to Bronson Butcher is dealt in for strike one. Fernandez, the new pitcher, the sidearm right-hander. On in relief for Tito Fuentes. He misses low and away to Butcher here. Ball one. Fernandez, a product of Cal State East Bay. He's been an anchor in the back half of this Napa bullpen this year. His 1-1 to Butcher is a tailing fastball, and the tail is too far inside. Two and one on Butcher, trying to get on for the first time here tonight. Fernandez, his 2-1 pitch, a slider cued up the first baseline. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson ends the night 93 pitches in 5 innings, allows 3 runs, 4 hits. He strikes out 10 and walks 3. Another good performance turned in by Sean Johnson tonight, and Fernandez's frisbee slider is way outside to Butcher, and the count is full. Three balls and 2 strikes. Fernandez's payoff pitch to Butcher, a slider swung on and missed. 10th Stompers to go down on strikes, make that the 11th in the game tonight. Butcher swings at ball 4. Here's Romero, yet to reach tonight. He's 0 for 2, a fly ball to left and a fly ball to right. First pitch from Fernandez, outside and low. 1 ball, no strikes on the Stomper shortstop. Top of the lineup on deck in the form of Nick Gatta. The 1-0. Inside with his front door slider, 2-0. They're on to the 5th in San Rafael, 5-3. Pacifics lead the Admirals. Fernandez on 2-0. Flips in a slider for strike 1 to Romero, who turned the shoulders to get out of the way and then snapped over the middle part of the plate. 2 balls and a strike, nobody on, 1 out, bottom of the 6th, 5-3 Napa. Here's the pitch, and Romero out in front for strike 2. Two and two the count on Romero batting from the right side. He'll call time. The 2-2 pitch from Andrew Fernandez. Here it comes to Romero, and that's low and away. Back-to-back full counts against Fernandez. He went to the slider on 3-2 to Butcher to strike him out. Will he do the same against Romero? The slider's a good one from Fernandez with the sidearm angle. The payoff. Slider swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts opens the 6th. The lineup flips over for Gata. Nobody on, 2 out. Gata trying to be the first to reach against Fernandez. Nick's 1 for 3, a single. He reached on an error his last time up. Here's the first pitch, and that is inside, ball 1. Napa 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the top half of this 6th inning. Stompers all 3 runs coming in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the 1-0 slider to Gata is on the outside corner for strike 1. Schill was warming in the top half of the inning, has sat down here in the bottom half, and the 1-1 fastball from Fernandez is low to Gata. Gata, the infielder from San Diego, leading the league in on-base percentage. A 2-1 chopped high on the ground to third. Bethencourt will collect. He'll throw to first in time. A 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th for Andrew Fernandez. So we'll move to the last third of the ballgame. Stompers trail 5-3. Nico Tony will lead it off for Napa when we return.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Nico Tony leads it off for Napa in the top half of the 7th inning, and Willie Ethington deals in a first pitch to Tony. Missed inside, 1 ball and no strikes to count on the designated hitter, and Tony hits it in the air down the left field line over toward foul ground. Quitzer moving over, and he runs out of room. A long strike. Tony, and the count is 1-1. One ball and 1 strike on Tony. As we enter the 7th in a 5-3 game, Stompers trail. It's the 4-5-6 spots. Tony Gar and Olch against Willie Ethington in his 2nd inning. Marshall Shield back up and throwing in the Stomper bullpen. Here's the 1-1, and Bethington breaks in a curveball for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to Tony to open this top of the 7th. 1 for 3 in the game. Here's the pitch, and he hits it on the ground softly to third. Quitzer collects. He'll straighten up. Fire across. 1 out. Here in the 7th. Here's Jordan Garr, 0 for 2. Walked and scored in the 2nd inning. Tony grounds out to open the inning. Garr, the right-handed batter. We'll likely see Fernandez for as long as he can go for Napa here in the ball game. Ethington's first pitch. He throws a fastball right past Jordan Garr. Bronson Butcher is going to go into the dugout, and he needs a new glove. That's like the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen that this year. Bronson Butcher tosses the glove into the dugout. He's going through catcher's gloves like it's nobody's business. Think he asks for any help from the pitchers that break that catcher's glove to get him a new one? I would. No balls in. 1 strikes the count on Garr, and Butcher comes back out after getting a new piece of leather. He wasn't very happy about it. He comes back out with a new glove, shakes his head. Are you kidding me again? 0-1 the count on Jordan Garr. Nico Tony grounded to Chris Quinter to open the inning. Nobody on, 1 out. Top of the 7th, 5-3 Napa. Schill in the pen. Ethington out of the stretch on 0-1. Breaking ball low. One the count on Garr. Right-handed hitter. Ethington's pitch. Chopped foul up third. Tino Fuentes makes a nice play in the third base coach's box. We'll have to talk to him about how scared he was to try and make that play after the game. A lot of coaches just let it go right on by. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ethington lifts the leg and deals. Breaking ball, punched in the air, short center field. Hibbert coming on. He dives, and he made the catch. Diving play by Matt Hibbert in center field. That takes a hit away from Jordan Garr. 2 out here in the 7th. Willie Ethington points out to Matt Hibbert, who points back in. Hibbert, terrific first step coming in on it off the bat of Garr. He makes a nice diving catch coming in toward the infield. So here's Nick Olch. 1 for 3 in the game is Olch with a base hit. First pitch to him from Willie Ethington. He hits it right back up the middle. Got him moving to his right. He dives, and it's past him into center field. Second time Olch has grounded up the middle past a diving Gata for a base hit. Inches out of the reach of the glove of Willie Ethington. 2-out single for Olch. That brings up Dom Bethencourt. Bethencourt, the third baseman, he's 1 for 3. He's also singled in the game. Back-to-back singles was with Olch in the 6th. Ethington's first pitch to Bethencourt is hit down the right field line, out of play. Slicing toward the corner, but well foul. No balls and 1 strike after the long foul ball down the right field line, and Bethencourt calls time and steps out. Olch leads from first base after the 2-out single. 2 quick outs by Ethington. Here's the 0-1. Bethencourt hits it right back up the middle for a single into center.
Center fielder
Back-to-back two-out hits against Ethington, and now Sean Jackson will be the hitter. Jackson's reached twice on an error and on a walk. He's 0 for 2. Left-handed batter. Playing center field here tonight, an RBI opportunity. He has 4 on the year, 3 of them coming against the Stompers. First pitch from Ethington is outside with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Ethington's 1 ball, no strike pitch to Sean Jackson is a fastball upstairs. They're straight away around the infield. Quincer at third is a couple of steps behind the third base bag, a step and a dive from the line. Williams in right, 90 feet off the line. Hibbert in center over toward the left center gap against Sean Jackson. Ethington's 2-0 delivery. Inside and low, snap throw back behind first, not in time. Three balls and no strikes on Jackson. Marshall Schill up in the pen. 2 quick outs and then back-to-back singles off Ethington. Now his 3-0 to Jackson. Right on the outside corner. Jackson taking all the way for strike 1. Still just a 2-run game in the top of the 7th, 5-3. Stompers trailing this one. Playing from behind. Took a 3-2 lead earlier in the game. 3 unanswered by the Silverados. The 3-1 from Ethington. Johnson hits it on the ground. The third. Quincer down to one knee, and he bobbles it. Error by Quincer over at third base extends the inning. The second time that Jackson has reached on an error. And now the bases are loaded for Jake Marshall. Marshall's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. That came back in the second inning. Here comes Zach Pace. Quincer forces the hand of Pace to go to Schill with the bases loaded and 2 out. After the bases were empty with 2 out, back-to-back singles and then the error by Quincer. His pitching change brought to you by Sonoma Hills Retirement. It'll be Schill with the bases loaded and 2 out. Stompers trail 5-3 in the top of the 7th. Marshall Schill is on with the bases loaded and 2 out to face Jake Marshall. Third day in a row that Schill has come in, went 2/3 last night, allowed a hit. When an inning the other night, he allowed 1 hit. Here's his first pitch to Marshall, and he misses outside with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Schill, the 6-foot right-handed from Cottonwood, Arizona. The sidearm angle for Schill, the fastball slider. The changeup to left-handers. He inherits bases loaded and 2 out. Jake Marshall, the right-handed hitter. Here's the 1-0, and Marshall tops it softly on the ground behind the mound. Charging Romero. He'll throw to first, and the inning is over. So Marshall Schill gets out of the bases loaded 2-out jam, getting Marshall to ground to short. Stretch time here at Palooza Park at Arnold Field. Matt Hibbert in the Stomper half of the 7th.
You're a bridge builder, a connector, a people person. You make every moment count, and you know how to count every moment. You know people who are going places, and you help them get there. California's business is your business. You specialize in special, and we specialize in your specialty. No matter what your background is or where you want to go, at Nelson, every day is a great day for a first day. Connect with a Nelson recruiter in your city to start working on putting your next first day on the calendar. Nelson, our talent is finding yours.
Hibbert with tremendous speed over at first. He'll lead. Bethencourt in at third. Fernandez's first pitch to Quitzer is inside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. Quitzer's 1 for 1 with a single. He's walked twice, scored once. Hibbert on base for the second time tonight. Fernandez set the 1-0, and Quitzer shoots it foul down the left field line. Quitzer with 5 home runs, 34 runs batted in. And a 1-1 count. Spinning a throw over to first. Matt Hibbert's back, standing up. Quitzer stands in left side. The 1-1 pitch, a two-seamer from Fernandez in at the knees for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to count with a man at first, nobody out after the Hibbert leadoff single. The 1-2 pitch, Hibbert goes, Quitzer pops it up. Shallow left, Olch coming on toward the line, racing over, he falls, and it lands. The throw to second is not in time. Matt Hibbert's in sliding. And the misplay by Olch in left. Chris Quitzer has his second hit of the night, looping one down the left field line. Back-to-back singles opens the inning. And now second base has come out of the ground, and Matt Hibbert doing it all. He digs out the dirt and puts the base back in the ground. Quitzer's granted a hit, his second of the night. Olch sliding to try and make the catch. Could not do so. It landed right inside the left field line. And now Tito Fuentes Jr. is going to come out of the dugout, and he'll talk to Fernandez. Brent Gillespie trying to take advantage here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He's the go-ahead run in a 5-3 ball game. It's 5-3 San Rafael in the bottom of the 6th inning over at Albert Park. Stompers will be there tomorrow night at 6:30. Then 3 straight home games Saturday, Sunday, and Monday nights. Whole infield in, talking to Tito now. Visit is over. Gillespie will be the hitter. He's 1 for 2. He singled and walked. It'll be his first time up against Fernandez. Hibbert at second. Quitzer at first with nobody out, and just a 2-run game in the bottom of the 7th. In at third is Bethencourt. Fernandez from the stretch, his first pitch, and Gillespie watches a 2-seam fastball come in a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes to the left-handed hitting Brent Gillespie. He's reached in all 24 games this year that he's played with the Stompers. Fernandez looks to second and deals on 1-0. Gillespie hits it on the ground, left side. Salas off of his glove and into left field. Here comes Hibbert around third. He'll score, and it's 5-4. Just a 1-run game on a single by Brent Gillespie. Salas at shortstop was playing up the middle. Gillespie punched it the other way. It was a long run for Salas to his right. He reached up. It hit off of his glove. Tough play for Salas. Gillespie has his second hit, an RBI single. And now it's up to Miles Williams. First and second, still nobody out. And the Stompers have just their second hit with a man in scoring position tonight. 2 for 10 as a team. Here's the first pitch to Williams. He watches a slider miss outside for ball 1. 1-run game, bottom of the 7th, 5-4. Williams, who has the hat trick tonight, trying to forget that after reaching base 60% of the time in his last 5 games. Here's the 1-0, and he hits it softly on the ground up the middle. Gar at second, bobbles. He'll flip to Salas for 1. The throw back to first in time. A 4-6-3 double play. Moving up to third is Chris Quitzer. And now it'll take a base hit from Rob DeAngelis to get the tying run home from third. Runner at third. 2 out. Fernandez steps off the back of the rubber. 5-4 our score. First pitch to DeAngelis. Out straight back. A fastball from Fernandez, and the count is 0-1. DeAngelis 1 for 2. He had the big hit in the 3rd inning, a 2-run single. to drive in the first 2 Stomper runs. Now he'll try and tie this thing up in the 7th. The 0-1 pitch, DeAngelis fouls it away, and now he's in a hole 0-2. Three consecutive hits and then the 4-6-3 double play to put 2 outs on the board. Quincer stands at third base. Here's the 0-2. DeAngelis fights off another fastball, and the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Quincer will be trying to read something down in the dirt here and possibly score on a pitch in the dirt. He's the tying run. The 0-2 to DeAngelis. On the ground to first, Montalongo fields the high hopper. He'll sprint over to the bag in time to get DeAngelis by a step. Stompers score once on the Brent Gillespie single. It's a 1-run game. Napa leads 5-4. We'll go to the top of the 8th inning. Top of the lineup due up for the Silverados when we return.
You're a bridge builder, a connector, a people person. You make every moment count, and you know how to count every moment. You know people who are going places, and you help them get there. California's business is your business. You specialize in special, and we specialize in your specialty. No matter what your background is or where you want to go, at Nelson, every day is a great day for a first day. Connect with a Nelson recruiter in your city to start working on putting your next first day on the calendar. Nelson, our talent is finding yours.
Ethan Gibbons on for the Stompers here in the top of the 8th inning. He'll face the top of the lineup, Bird, Salas, and Montalongo. The 5'10 right-hander from Sassoon City comes on. Has not allowed an earned run in his last 7 appearances since the 6th of July. He'll come on 2-2 with a 7.76 ERA with 34 strikeouts in 26 2/3 innings. He'll work out of the stretch. His first pitch to Justin Bird is outside with a fastball for ball 1. Gibbons fastball, curveball, change up. Schill gets the final out of the 7th. The grounder to short to retire Marshall with the bases loaded. So he pitches a third of an inning, and that is all. Gibbons at the chest, his 1-0 pitch to Bird, and that is hit down the right field line, hooking toward the corner. It is foul. Stayed in the ballpark. Long run for Williams, just not able to get there in time. 3 men left in the Stomper bullpen, Orvis, Barnett, and Richardson. 3-man bench and the 6-man bullpen for Zach Pace. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Gibbons, and that hits Bird right between the numbers. Justin Bird hit by a pitch he's reached all 5 times tonight. And now here's Willie Salas. Gibbons, the opening day starter, converted to the bullpen. And he's pitched well his last 7 times out. Salas is 1 for 4 with a base hit. Bird's at first base. He's already stolen 3 bags tonight, and that pitch is in the dirt. He gets by Butcher. Wild pitch puts Bird at second, who didn't need any help getting to second base. 1 ball and no strikes the count. 1-run game in the 8th, 5-4. Stompers trail after getting 1 in the bottom half of the 7th inning on a Gillespie RBI single. One and 0 to Salas. Right-handed hitting, shortstop. Gibbons looks to second. Here's the pitch. Outside with a fastball for ball 2. Gibbons, who was nails in the month of July. Trying to pitch around a leadoff hit by pitch, and then the wild pitch that allowed Bird to get to second. The 2-0. On the outside corner to Salas, 2 balls and 1 strike. Gibbons will have some work to do with no outs here in the 8th. There's the 2-1 pitch, and Salas squares around. He takes low. Three and 1 the count to Salas. Gibbons does have a base open over at first, and he has Josh Montalongo on deck. Here's the 3-1 delivery, and Salas skies it foul down the left field line, well out of play. The count is full. Gibbons on 3-2, likely to go back with a fastball here to Salas. Three and 2. Bird at second, nobody out, top 8. Salas awaits. Gibbons stares in. Got it at second, close to the bag. A long look now for Gibbons, who steps off the back of the rubber. Bird leads from second, nobody out. Gibbons at the chest on 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch. Fouled away up third. We'll do the 3-2 over again to Salas. Gada's up the middle at second. They're deep on the left side of the infield. The payoff again from Gibbons. Here it comes. Breaking ball outside, ball 4. Not a terrible miss for Gibbons, throwing the breaking ball on 3-2. He did have a base open, so now first and second. And here comes Josh Montalongo. Montalongo 1 for 4 with an RBI single, and he's struck out twice. They put the shift on Montalongo, but not the overshift. Gada is right up the middle at second. First pitch from Ethan Gibbons. Fastball down low, smothered by Butcher. Montalongo took 1 ball and no strikes to count. Gibbons pitching for a ground ball here in the 8th. In his second season as a Stomper, Gibbons at the chest. He looks to second base. Now the 1-0 delivery. And he spots up the outside corner with a fastball for strike 1. Montalongo awaits the 1-1. Now the pitch. And he hits it in the air to left. That'll fall for a base hit. Charging is DeAngelis. Here comes the throw to the plate to Butcher, and that is in. Plenty of time to throw out Justin Bird, trying to score from second. Rob DeAngelis with the outfield assist. He guns down Bird for out number 1. On a line from DeAngelis in left, and that keeps it a 1-run ball game. Willie Salas does go to third on the throw, so the runners are at the corners after the Montalongo single with 1 out now for Nico Tony. DeAngelis had to make a strong throw. He did all the way to Butcher on the line to gun down Justin Bird. Here's the first pitch to Nico Tony, and he takes low. The fastball from Gibbons. 1 ball and no strikes. One and 0 on Tony, the cleanup man. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and he takes on the outside corner, 1-1. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Gibbons looking for a 2-ball. Here he is on 1-1 to Tony. A breaking ball popped up, out of play, straight back. One ball and 2 strikes on Tony, the designated hitter. Gibbons looks in, now comes set. Man at the corners, 1 out. His 1-2 pitch. Inside, ball 2. Here comes the runner to the plate. Salas steals home. The second time tonight Napa has stolen home on the throw back to the pitcher. Lackadaisical, Butcher throwing it back. That's the second time that they've done it. Salas is one of the fastest guys in the league. A mental lapse, and now it's a 2-run game in the 8th. The count is 2-2 on Tony. Up to second base goes Montalongo with just 1 out. Gibbons at the chest. Here comes his 2-2. He looks to second now, fires. And Tony hits it in the air down the right field line softly. Gillespie moving over into foul territory. He'll make the catch. Montalongo, no, he did not make the catch. Off the glove, and it falls in foul territory. Gillespie can make the catch in foul territory. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on the DH, Nico Tony. Two and 2 the count. Gibbons ready. He deals. Out away. Starstruck. Twice, Napa has stolen home on the throwback to the pitcher. Two-run game in the top of the 8th. The 2-2. That's in the dirt. First earned run Ethan Gibbons has allowed since the 6th of July. 7 appearances without allowing a run. That streak snapped tonight. Counts full on Tony. Jordan Gar on deck. Here's the payoff pitch, and he pops it up. Out of play again. Tony had a 9-pitch at bat in the 5th inning against Connor Arnold. He'll have a 9-pitch at bat here against Ethan Gibbons. Montalongo leads from second, still just 1 out. The payoff pitch coming again from Gibbons to Tony. Here it is. And he sticks his bat out, shoots it down the right field line. That'll land foul. So there will be a 10th pitch. Longest at bat of the night. Three and 2. Bird opened the inning with a hit by pitch. Then Salas walked. Montalongo singled to left, and Rob DeAngelis threw out Bird trying to score. And then with runners at the corner, Salas stole home on the throwback to Ethan Gibbons from Bronson Butcher. Here comes the 11th pitch, and he strikes out Tony. First strikeout for Ethan Gibbons. 2 away, and now he has to deal with Jordan Garr. Only Jordan Garr stands in the way of Ethan Gibbons and allowing just 1 run. It'll be the last third of the order for the Stompers in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Gibbons from the stretch. He looks to second. The first pitch to Garr, a breaking ball, and hits off the foot of Butcher. For ball 1, Montalongo stays at second, and it looked like Butcher and Gibbons maybe crossed up there, or Butcher just didn't get it cleanly. Reached down with a backhand. It looked like it hit him in the foot. One ball and no strikes on Garr, who is 0 for 3. He did score a run after walking in the second inning. Gibbons 1-0 pitch, and Garr squares around, takes a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Count even at a ball and a strike. With 2 out and a man at second, the 1-1 pitch. It's inside to Garr. Two and 1 the count. Garr, the right-handed hitter. Gibbons stares in, now agrees with Butcher, who sets up the target. The 2-1 pitch. Garr hits it in the air, shallow center. Romero going out, Hibbert coming on. It'll be Matt Hibbert to make the catch, and the inning is over. Napa scores when Willie Salas steals home, taking advantage of Bronson Butcher. So we'll go to the home half of the 8th, a 2-run game. It'll be Barfield, Butcher, and Romero due up for the Stompers.
North Bay Credit Union is proud to be part of Sonoma County's home team. We're your progressive alternative to big banks, delivering a full roster of great banking services, but at much lower costs. Our lineup always hits it out of the park. Auto loans, home loans, manufactured home loans, and 100% free checking that pays you back. We're equally proud to support lots of local groups, including the Sonoma Stompers, because that's what neighbors do. We're the home of league-leading Kasasa Checking. Kasasa Checking is better than free. It pays you, and you choose how you want to be rewarded. Bonus dividends on your deposits, or cash back on your debit card purchases. And Kasasa makes any ATM a free ATM. It's easy to switch to Kasasa in just minutes at northbaycu.com. Our convenient branches are just a short stop from anywhere, including our newest Sonoma Valley and Rohnert Park locations. Don't let banks throw curveballs at your budget with high rates and foul fees. Count on North Bay Credit Union to save you money every day. Learn more at northbaycu.com or call 707-584-0384. Loans subject to approval. Details at northbaycu.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning, 6-4 Stompers trail. New pitcher for Napa is going to be right-hander Kyle Chavez. Fernandez goes 2 innings, allows a run on 3 hits, and he'll give way to Chavez, appearing in his 14th game, another sidearm right-hander with a 2.59 ERA. 5 earned runs against him in 17 1/3. He struck out 26 and walked just 2. So the Stompers will have to face the best arms in the Napa bullpen. Pinch hitter for Jacob Barfield here in the 8th is going to be Nick Kern. So Kern, in limited at-bats this year, is going to hit a .269 average, 7 for 26 on the year. He doesn't have a home run. He's driven in 3. He'll face Kyle Chavez. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Kern to pinch hit, and Butcher and Romero. Chavez from the stretch. His first pitch to Nick Kern, a 2-seamer, misses low. 1 ball and no strikes. San Rafael and Vallejo in the top of the 7th, and Vallejo has taken a 6-5 lead as Kern takes outside and low, ball 2. Vallejo still hitting in the top half of that 7th inning, in which they've put up 3 runs so far. Chavez out of the stretch, the 2-0 coming to Kern. On the outside corner for strike 1, Kern takes. Two balls and a strike. Kern, the right-handed hitter out of UCLA. The 2-1 delivery, and Kern takes inside 3-1. Kern, who missed a majority of the season so far with a hamstring injury, he's been champing at the bit to get back in the lineup. Here's the 3-1, and Kern takes on the inside corner, and the count is full. 3-2 the count. Butcher to follow, then Romero to open this bottom of the 8th. 6-4. Stompers trail. Chavez set. Here's the payoff to Kern. Chop softly on the ground, left side. Chavez off the mound, third base side. The throw to first in time. Nice play by Kyle Chavez, falling off the first base side to field down the third baseline and throw out Nick Kern. So here's Bronson Butcher, 0 for 3 in the game with a pair of strikeouts, trying to be the first to reach against Chavez here in the 8th. Butcher hitting at .221. 2 home runs. Trying to get on against Chavez. Ryan Richardson's up in the Stomper bullpen getting ready for the 9th. Here's the first pitch to Butcher. He takes low, ball 1. Butcher ahead in the count, 1-0. The pitch from Chavez. Butcher lines it into left center field. That's down. It'll go all the way to the wall. Butcher around first. Here comes the throw from Jackson, and Butcher stops halfway between first and second. Now the throw back to first gets away. Butcher up to second, and the throw is dropped. What an adventure on the base paths for Bronson Butcher. He's at second base. A single and then the throwing error by Jackson in center. What an adventure for Bronson Butcher. My goodness. What a way to get to second, my friend. Wow. Singled. Halfway between first and second, was going to be hosed at second base, so he retreated. The throwback from Johnson was wild, going all the way to the sidewall, and Butcher goes to second on the error. It was smoked off the bat of Butcher. Almost hit it too hard. Here's Romero with the man at second and 1 out. He's the tying run at the plate. Stompers 2 for 12 with men in scoring position tonight. Trying to change that here in the 8th. It's Romero and then the top of the order in the form of Nick Gatta. Bethencourt at thirds in on the grass. Montelongo even with the bag at first, and Chavez will step off. One of the hardest hit balls we've seen Butcher hit this year. A laser off the left center field wall on 2 hops. Chavez at the belt. Here's the first pitch, and Romero takes strike 1 on the outside corner, a 2-seam fastball. from Chavez. Not showing a lot of velocity, but a lot of movement from the sidearm right-hander here. Lefty up in the Napa bullpen. Butcher's at second, one out. Romero calls time. Now Jake Marshall's going to go out and talk to Kyle Chavez, who's only allowed 5 earned runs in 17 and a third on just 9, make that 15 hits. 9 runs total against him. Romero, the tying run at the plate. Behind in the count, 0-1. 6-4 game, last of the 8th. Center fielder Jackson playing Romero slightly toward left center. Bethencourt still in at third. Chavez is 0-1. It's down low, 1-1. Stompers trying to come back from behind tonight. Fell 1 run short last night. Chavez, the right-hander, shaking off Marshall multiple times, and now Romero will step out of the box. Romero from Mililani, Hawaii. The young shortstop awaits the 1-1. Here it comes, and he takes a slider for strike 2 on the outside corner. One ball, 2 strikes. Gada's on deck. Chavez sent below the belt. Now the 1-2. Romero fights off a slider to stay alive.
Silverados bumper sticker.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Romero. Butcher at second. It'll take something in the gap to get him home. Just 1 out. Chavez now comes set. The 1-2. Low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Romero trying to reach for the first time. One out, Butcher at second. Chavez set the 2-2 delivery. A slider way outside. Easy take for Romero, and the count is full. Gada on deck. Does Chavez dare come back with this slider after missing badly on 2-2? Butcher inches off the bag at second. The payoff pitch coming from Chavez. Here it is, and that's low, ball 4. Romero works the walk, and now the lineup flips over for Nick Gada.
Second baseman Nick Gada.
Gada has reached twice in the game. He's 1 for 3 with a single, hitting .324 with men in scoring position here on the season. Left-handed hitter. That slider from Chavez is going to come right into him. Here's the first pitch. He throws the slider, and that misses inside for ball 1. Gada, the pesky hitter. Third best in the league at .348. Bethencourt still in at third, the 1-0. Gada shoots it in the air to left. On comes Olch. He's on a run. That falls in front, and he gets past him. Here comes Butcher around third. He's going to score. Nick Gada into second. It's a 1-run ball game. An RBI single for Gada, and then the error allows Butcher to score. Make that not an RBI single, just a single for Gada. The run scores on the error. So it's a 1-run game. Second and third. 1 out for Matt Hibbert. The error by Olchin left. It just skipped right by him after it fell in front. Second error in the inning by the Napa outfield. The infield's going to play back for Hibbert, who's 1 for 3 with a single. He was hit by a pitch. The first pitch from Chavez, a slider, in for strike one to Hibbert. Romero's at third. He's the tying run. Gada's at second, the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 8th. Hibbert trying to be the hero in just his third game as a Stomper this year, and he takes a two-seamer down low. 1 ball and 1 strike to count, and now Tito Fuentes Jr. comes out of the dugout. He's going to relay something to his defense. Bethencourt's in at third, and now the infield's going to come in. Everybody but Salas at short, who's medium depth out at shortstop. Right on right battle here, Chavez and Hibbert. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Slider hung up for Hibbert. He missed it, and the count is 1-2. Second and third, a 1-run game. Stompers trail bottom of the 8th. Chris Quitzer waits on deck. He's been on base all 4 times tonight. Right now, it's Hibbert looking for his first run batted in. The 1-2 pitch from Chavez. Here it comes. Slider down low, 2-2. The single to left by Gada. It skipped past Olch. The error allowed the run to score and allowed Romero to go to third and Gada to move up to second. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hibbert awaits. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 3. The count is full on Matt Hibbert. They do have a base open over at first with just 1 out. Quitzer on deck. Chavez at the belt. The payoff pitch coming to Matt Hibbert. A slider looped into right field. That's going to fall for a hit. Romero scores. Here comes Gada. The throw to the plate is in time to get him. Gada saying he did not touch me. Hibbert with an RBI single to right. We're tied at 6 here in the bottom of the 8th. Justin Bird throws out Nick Gada trying to score from second base on the bloop into right. Gada said he didn't touch him. Here's Chris Quitzer, 2 out. Quitzer 2 for 2, a couple of singles and a couple of walks. There's the first pitch. He takes at the knees, strike 1. Tie game here in the 8th. The single from Gada and the error allowed the first run to score. And then Hibbert reaches out on a slider and loops it down the right field line for his first RBI. He has a 2-hit night. It'll take something into the gap here to try and score Hibbert from first. He was a very fast runner. Quitzer swinging the bat well tonight. 0-1 the count. Quitzer, the left-handed hitter, and that slider from Chavez is going to tail right into his bat path, and he takes a big swing and comes up empty. It's 0-2. Six, bottom of the 8th. 0-2 on Quitzer. Hibbert's at first. 2 out. He goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. It gets away from Marshall. Chris Quitzer's going to reach on a wild pitch on strike 3. Hibbert's at second. Quitzer's at first. The swing and a miss on strike 3, a wild pitch. And the inning continues. Brent Gillespie, who's 2 for 3. He hit the 3-run home run in the 9th last night to bring the Stompers within 1. He'll bat with Hibbert at second, Quitzer at first, and 2 out, and he'll try and be the hero. He's already driven in a run on a single in the 7th. Chavez, the right-hander, his first pitch coming to Brent Gillespie. Slider swung on and missed down in the zone. Good pitch from Chavez. 0-1 the count. Gillespie with 6 home runs and 25 runs batted in 24 games. Here's the 0-1. Watches a two-seamer tail away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Stompers have scored twice in the inning to tie it at 6. The bottom of the 8th. Salas is up the middle at short. Gar's in short right field. Here's the 1-1, and that slider stays outside to Gillespie. Montalongo's deep at first. Gar is in short right field. So the right side of the infield just wide open for Gillespie up the middle, with Salas still on the shortstop side of the second base bag. That is a massive hole for Gillespie, who is a pull hitter. They put Gar in short right. Here's the 2-1 from Chavez. Gillespie takes on the outside corner, called strike 2. I mean, really all he has to do is get it past the pitcher's mound on the right side of the infield. And with Hibbert at second, who's very fast, anything could happen. Gillespie rests the bat on the shoulder. The 2-2 from Chavez, here it is. Gillespie's down on strikes. Stompers score twice here in the 8th to tie it at 6. We'll go to the 9th inning. Ryan Richardson will come on and try and keep this a tie ball game.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
CARSTAR Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Wordmice.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Nick Olch will bat against Ryan Richardson here in the top of the 9th inning in a 6-6 tie. Olch, Bethencourt, Jackson 6, 7, 8 against the closer Richardson, and he deals high and away to Nick Olch, ball 1. Richardson, the 5'10 right-hander from Spokane, Washington. A 0.81 ERA on the season. His 1-0 to Olch, swung on and missed. 31 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 runs on 12 hits in 22 1/3 against Richardson this year. His 1-1 pitch to the left-handed hitting Nick Olch. Here it comes. And Olch sprays it foul off to the left. Olch is 2 for 4 in the game. after 2 strikeouts opened the game for him. Singles in the 6th and 7th. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch from Richardson to Old. Swung on and missed. Got him with the changeup. One of the best changeups you'll see Ryan Richardson has. 1 out in the 9th. Here comes Dominic Bethencourt. Nobody on, 1 out. Bethencourt will come up, the right-handed hitter. He's 2 for 4 with a pair of base hits. Stompers down to Orvis and Barnett in the bullpen. Here's the first pitch from Richardson, and that's a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes. Ethan Gibbons through the 8th allowed just the hit, a walk and a strikeout. And 1 run. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Bethencourt, and he swings through the fastball 1-1. Gibbons allows a run for the first time since the 6th of July. On a crazy play where Salas just stole home. On the throw back to the pitcher, and the Stompers erased that thought, scoring twice in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's Richardson's 1-1, and he deals on the outside corner to Bethencourt 1-2. Absolutely picture perfect. Right on the outside corner, 1-2 the count. Richardson at the belt. Does he come with the off-speed pitch here? The 1-2. He does, and he strikes out Bethencourt. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ryan Richardson. 2 out. Here's Sean Jackson, the center fielder. Richardson with back-to-back strikeouts to open the inning. In the bottom of the 9th, it'll be Miles Williams, Rob DeAngelis, and Nick Kern. 5, 6, 7 hitters. Jackson, the left-hander, takes strike 1 from Richardson. No balls and 1 strike. Jackson, the lefty. 0 for 3. Reached twice on errors and a walk. Here's the 0-1. He's out in front, 0-2. Richardson back-to-back strikeouts to open the inning. Now he's way ahead of Jackson, 0-2. Both strikeouts coming on the tremendous changeup from Richardson. He's set. He deals on no balls and 2 strikes. And Jackson cannot hold up the swing. They appeal. He goes around, says Ron Adams. Ryan Richardson strikes out the side in the top of the 9th. Who's going to be the hero? We go to the bottom of the 9th, tied. Buckle your seatbelts. Miles Williams will lead things off for the Stompers when we come back.
You're a bridge builder, a connector, a people person. You make every moment count, and you know how to count every moment. You know people who are going places, and you help them get there. California's business is your business. You specialize in special, and we specialize in your specialty. No matter what your background is or where you want to go, at Nelson, every day is a great day for a first day. Connect with a Nelson recruiter in your city to start working on putting your next first day on the calendar. Nelson, our talent is finding yours.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
CARSTAR Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Here in the bottom of the ninth inning. The closer on in his 17th appearance, a 1.68 ERA in 21 1/3. He's allowed 4 earned runs on 11 hits, 18 strikeouts, 13 walks. The 6'1 right-hander from Berlin, New Jersey will face Miles Williams, Rob DeAngelis, and then Nick Kern here in the bottom of the ninth inning, tied at 6. Humes out of the stretch. His first pitch is a fastball right down the heart of the plate to Miles Williams for strike 1. Chavez goes an inning, allows 2 runs, 1 earned on 3 hits. The Stompers scored twice in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Williams takes a breaking ball for ball 1. Williams, who came into tonight, his last 5 games, 8 for 17 with a .640 on base percentage. Tonight 0 for 4, trying to snap that here in the 9th against the closer Humes. The 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball, and Williams fouls it in and out of the glove of Jake Marshall, and it's 1-2. Defensively, some changes for Napa. Jordan Anderson comes in. He will play left field. So Olch out of the game, and Dakota Connors will come in to play second in place of Jordan Garr. 1-2 the count to Williams. 9 home runs, 31 driven in. The 1-2 pitch. On the outside corner, strike 3. 4th time Williams has gone down on strikes tonight. So here is DeAngelis. Rob is 1 for 4. Left-handed batter against the right-handed Rob Humes. Over in San Rafael, they're tied at 6 in the top of the 8th. First pitch to DeAngelis. He takes a fastball low, ball 1. Six in the 9th. It's Nick Kern on deck. Nobody on, 1 out. Humes at the belt from the stretch, the 1-0. Inside to DeAngelis, ball 2. DeAngelis brought home the first 2 Stomper runs in the 3rd inning with a 2-run single. 6 home runs, 29 driven in. He's ahead in the count, 2-0 to Humes. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3. Stompers trying to put together some tough at-bats against the Napa closer. They faced the San Rafael closer, Yalen Peguero, last night and scored 3 times on 3 hits. The Gillespie 3-run homer and just fell a run short. Here's the 3-0, and DeAngelis takes strike 1. Three balls and a strike. DeAngelis awaits the pitch from Humes. Here it is. Swung on and missed, and the count is full. Humes from down 3-0 works it 3-2. Will it be DeAngelis? Will it be Kern? Will it be Butcher? Here in the 9th. The payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4, and the Stompers have the winning run at first. DeAngelis with good speed. And now here comes Nick Kern. Stompers with 31 wins on the season have yet to walk one off here this year. In 31 wins. There's the first pitch to Kern. That's down the left field line. Hooking. It is foul. By 3 feet off the bat of Kern down the left field line. The count is 0-1. 21 of those 31 wins at home. Looked like Kern may have broken his bat. He did. On that first pitch from Humes, 0-1 the count, so Kern will doctor up a new bat. Hoping maybe this one will keep it fair. Nick Kern, out of UCLA, the Southern California kid, grew up in Brea. Went to his hometown college of UCLA where he was a 4-year man there. Owen won the count on Kern, the right-handed hitter. DeAngelis at first base after the walk. Hume set. It's been in a throwback to first. DeAngelis, who has stolen 2 bases tonight. 13 stolen bases on the season for Rob. He leads from first. The 0-1 pitch. DeAngelis goes. The breaking ball is taken inside. The throw goes into center field. DeAngelis up. He'll go to third. Jackson bobbles it, and the winning run's at third base. DeAngelis with his 3rd stolen base of the night. He goes to third on the throwing error by Jake Marshall, and the winning run is 90 feet away. The pitch was taken high and in by Kern. That evens the count at 1-1. The infield's going to come in for Napa. Humes from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Kern checks his swing on a breaking ball, and the count is 2-1. Kern, who pinch hit for Barfield in the 8th, grounded back to the hill. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, and they're going to put Kern on first base with the intentional walk. Kern chucks the bat toward the dugout and gives a walk down the first baseline. They set up the double play possibility with Bronson Butcher now, who scalded a ball to left center field his last time up for his first hit of the night. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Bronson Butcher in a 1-for-4 game. Kern at first, he has plenty of speed over at first base. Hume's first pitch to Butcher. At the knees, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Bethencourt in at third. Montalonga holds on the runner at first. Middle infielders playing for the double play ball. Hume's the closer. At the belt, they're at the corners, 1 out. Throw back to first, and Kern back with a head first dive. Nick Kern, who does not have any stolen bases on this season, but last year stole 31 in 73 games. Another throw back to first, and now Humes is just flirting with trouble. Humes has to be careful. The outfield pulled in, very shallow. The 0-1 delivery to Bronson Butcher, here it is. On the outside corner, 0-2. Rayson Romero is on deck. Runners at the corners and 1 out, a 6-6 tie in the bottom of the 9th. Humes ready. Way ahead 0-2. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Butcher's down on strikes, and now it'll take a base hit to get the winning run home. Strikeout opened the inning. 2 walks. Another strikeout, and now it's Romero. Romero 0 for 3 with a walk. Right-handed hitter, runners at the corners. The first pitch from Humes. Outside, ball 1. Romero with an on-base percentage above 400. Very good plate discipline. He's ahead in the count 1-0 on Humes. Right-handers 1-0. Romero takes low. 2 balls and no strikes. DeAngelis was at third base with 1 out and Kern at the plate before Humes fell behind 3-1. Then they intentionally walked him to set up a potential double play. Then Butcher went down on 3 pitches. Montelongo's going to play behind Kern over at first. It looks like they're just going to give him second base. He'll go. The 2-0 pitch is skied out of play down the right field line. So Kern will have to go back to first. The count is 2-1 on Racing Romero, who, with a walk in the 8th, has now reached an 8th straight. 7 runs batted in on the season for Romero. DeAngelis at third. He runs very well. And a pitch in the dirt, DeAngelis off to the races. They're still playing behind Kern at first. He'll go. The 2-1 pitch, and Romero swings through it. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Stompers shortstop. Kern goes up to second base. Second and third, 2 out. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Racing Romero. And to feel the heartbeat of Romero right now. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count against the Napa closer. He's at the belt, the 2-2 pitch. In the dirt, and the count is full. Nick Gatta, the toughest man in the league to get out, is on deck. Three and 2 on Romero. He's walked once in the game already. Humes set. With 2 out, the payoff pitch is fouled straight back. Count remains full. DeAngelis at third, Kern at second. 6-6 tie, bottom of the 9th. Stompers looking for their first walk-off win in 21 home wins. Humes toes from the first base side. He'll stare into Marshall. They're straight away defensively against Racing Romero, the right-handed hitter. Here comes the payoff pitch, and Romero fights it off to stay alive. He'll see another pitch. 8th pitch coming up from Rob Humes to Racing Romero. A pair of strikeouts, a pair of walks in the inning, an error. Stompers searching for that one hit. Time is called at the plate, and Romero will step out. 3 for 21 with men in scoring position this year is Romero. The Stompers tonight 5 for 16. It only takes 1. Here comes the payoff again. That's low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Nick Gatta. 3 walks for Humes in the 9th. Here's Gatta. He's 2 for 5. A base hit his last time up. Nick Gatta, the toughest man to get out in the league, an on-base percentage 5:45, the left-handed hitter, the first pitch from Humes. He checks his swing. It gets away from Marshall. Not far enough. The pitch was high to Gata. We'll have to wait and see what the call is from Beller behind the plate. They check, and Adams says he did not go around, so Gata is able to hold up the swing. The count is 1-0. Tonight, the 28th home game. No walk-offs in 21 wins. 31 overall wins for the Stompers. Here's the 1-0 to Gata. High and away, ball 2. Gata, who leads the league with 56 walks, hasn't walked yet tonight. He has a pair of base hits. Left-handed hitter crouched down. Humes at the belt. The 2-0 delivery. Gata takes low, ball 3. Inches below the bottom part of the strike zone to Gata, and now he's sitting pretty ahead, 3-0. DeAngelis at third, Curran at second, Romero at first. The 3-1 pitch from Humes. Outside, ball 4, Stompers walk it off, 7-6. Nick Gata drives in the winning run, a walk-off walk. Can you believe it? And they'll chase Nick Gata all the way out to the right center field wall. 7-6 the final. Stompers get their first walk-off win of the year, and they're chasing Nick Gata all the way around the field. Gata with an ice bath, a 4-pitch walk. Humes walks the bases loaded and walks in the winning run here in the 9th. Do you believe it? Nick Gata. Wow. Gata, they finally caught him. He gets the ice bath here tonight. Final totals from tonight's ball game. The Stompers pick up their first walk-off win of the season. 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, and they strand 13. For Napa, 6 runs, 11 hits, 4 errors, they strand 11. The winning pitcher tonight is Ryan Richardson. He tossed the top of the 9th. Richardson gets his first win of the year. He is 1-0. Rob Humes, the Napa closer, credited with the loss. He is now 2.
You're a bridge builder, a connector, a people person. You make every moment count, and you know how to count every moment. You know people who are going places, and you help them get there. California's business is your business. You specialize in special, and we specialize in your